Welcome back to the show, everybody. Today we have a fun one. It's Trent and myself, and we are also joined by Matt Barzal of the New York Islanders at the end of the show. This guy has had quite the week of golf, and also we get into a lot of things with him. So it's really great to hear from Matt Barzal, New York Islanders superstar. Of course, as you can imagine, I loved that conversation. The other things I love is Chevy. I absolutely love Chevrolet. We've been partnered with them for years now. Nothing better than getting on the road and getting in a Chevy, an athletic, bold, commanding Equinox EV in particular, which helps you show up in style. Though looking good on the golf course is still up to you. If it's a distance you're after, Equinox EV offers 319 miles of EPA estimated electric range with front wheel drive. Leave the driving to the Equinox EV and show up to the course energized with available Super Cruise hands-free driver assistance technology. Equinox EV has a massive 17-inch diagonal center screen, the largest of any EV in its class. I'm telling you, when you get inside this Equinox EV, you are going to be blown away. Make sure you go and check out the Equinox EV, because when it comes to EVs, the Equinox EV is the smartest choice you can make. Let's get right into the podcast. We're talking Happy Gilmore. We're talking New York Islanders. We're talking Hall of Fame baseball. We're talking the Billy Joel documentary. We're talking all these different great things on a beautiful Tuesday in America and wherever else you're listening to the show. Let's go.
Yeah, they were like, they're changing to different shirts. Like, no one's seen me change in 15 years. I go to great lengths to make sure nobody sees me change. I move mountains to make sure nobody sees me shirtless.
Fore Play, presented by Barstool Sports, brought to you by Chevrolet. We are back another week here at the Fore Play podcast. It is the Whoa. It is the Frankie and Trent show, the Frent show. Our guy Riggs Barstool is out west for the Barstool Classic. For some reason, we keep booking all these Barstool Classics on Mondays, which is just recording time. So it's really hard to get this stuff done when we want to do the podcast. They travel out there on Sunday. They have welcome parties, par 3 contests, the whole deal. The Barstool Classic is rolling as usual. So you really got the Trent and Frankie show today with hopefully a special guest towards the end of the show. So that's something to stick around for.
Yeah, hopefully we have just like a super hot guy on the show. It sounds like he might pop on. I do want to say to people, if I sound a little bit different or if I sound a little bit nasally, I had a sinus procedure done on Friday, and let me tell you, Frankie, I just wasn't prepared for the recovery time of it. I thought I was going to get it done, and then by Saturday afternoon, I was going to be like, oh, I'm right as rain. I'm just like I was on Thursday morning. But instead, the recovery has been, I would almost say, catastrophic.
You are very nasally, and there's a little bit of moisture that you can hear as the viewer, that's coming out of the nose area, even when you're just speaking.
Dude, whenever I swallow, and probably when I talk, listen to this. Listen to this. Everybody listen.
It's just a little pop.
So I got a lot of popping going on. I got a called a sinus plasty, which is, I've had a lot of pressure in my sinus area, and like I've had headaches, and I've had it for a long time actually. And I went to an ENT. Man, I can hear that popping. That's going to annoy the shit out of me and probably every single listener. And I don't know what to do about it. So, yeah, they were like, yeah, get this procedure done. And then you should be good to go. And I wasn't going to get it done this soon, but then they told me you can't fly for like a week after. And with our schedule, it was hard to find a time where it was like, all right, I have a chunk of time now where I'm not going to be flying. And because I was going to do it in August, but the Internet Invitational is right in the middle of it. So I obviously have to fly for that. So I was like, all right, I've got a little bit of time here. Let's do it. And that was 2 days before I was getting the procedure done. So I was like, holy shit, this is happening. And then I got it done. They put me under. I know you got put under recently.
How'd you do with that?
Hated it. I really don't like that feeling at all. I know you don't either.
No, I hate the lead up. So they did the whole thing, right? They kind of put you down there. You're laying down. They're talking to you. They're hooking things up to you, and you know it's coming. So like you have this anxiety, dreadful feeling of knowing you're about to go to sleep. That acknowledgement, that enlightenment that you are about to no longer be present is horrifying.
And I was so nervous because I was. and I get chatty when I'm nervous. So I'm like, they roll me into the room, and I'm just kind of talking like, "Hey, what's everybody doing? Like, what's up? What's going on?" There's 8 people around me, doing whatever they need to do, and the guy did make a
Getting
joke that
chatty.
made me think,
You're just sparking up conversation with people there as they're rolling.
dude, because I'm just like, everyone's not talking about the thing that's about to happen, but I know you motherfuckers are about to put me under. I know that, and it's pissing me off, but I'm just nervous about it. And the guy did make a joke, and it made me think of you because you made the joke to your guy about, make sure you switch lenses or whatever. I'm laying there, and he's like, "All right, we're probably gonna start here in just a second." He waits like 5 seconds, and he goes, "All right, I think he's out. I think we can start now." And I'm not out yet, so I'm just like, "Oh yeah, good joke, good joke." And then he was like, "What do you do for work?" And I'm like, "Here we go. Here come the fucking questions. Then I'm gonna be out like a light." And I was like, "I work for a sports media company." He was like, "Oh, anything we've heard of?" And I was like, "Barstool Sports." And then the room starts talking about Barstool. And so now I'm like, "Oh, okay, this is," and then I'm gone. That was it. I was like in the middle of a conversation, like, "Oh yeah, Dave's a great boss." Lights out. Gone. And I was like, that sucked. And I woke up and I was like, that sucked. You guys were just like lulling me into a conversation, and then you put the needle in my arm and I went under. So took about an hour, and then they send you on your way. And here's the thing. And anybody who's had this done will know this, but like you're very swollen and you're very congested, as people can hear. But the one thing they tell you cannot do is blow your nose.
Wow.
You can't, because they've been up there. They stuck something up there, and it's like you can screw it up if you blow your nose. You'll like rip some. You will make it worse than it already was. So imagine now you want to blow your nose more than anything in the world. I would have paid $10 million to blow my nose, and they're like, you can't do it. You can't blow your nose for 3 days.
Ooh.
And then, dude, and I can't sleep. Like, I don't know if you've ever tried to sleep when you're just fully 100% blocked out with your nose. It's like impossible. So I was getting 2 hours of sleep a night, blood everywhere, because it's coming out of your nose.
Balloon up there or something.
Yeah, so they, instead of like going up with metal and ripping things out, because that's like very abrasive and the recovery would be even worse. They take a little balloon and they go up your nose on either side, and they just expand the balloon, and that opens up the sinuses and lets everything drain out, which is what you need. Because I had inflammation, I had blockage, and then I had fluid that would get stored up there, and that gives me headaches. And like, it's
when they went up there, they saw the issues. Like it was right. Like they said, like you needed this.
Well, I like a couple weeks ago, I got a CT scan of my head because they look, and then because they won't give you the procedure just to give it to you. They were like, "All right, you're clearly showing signs of inflammation and I can't think of the word, but of like liquid up there. So you need this to get done."
Wow.
And yeah, man, it's just the recovery has been. I just wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, being congested at night's like the worst feeling in the world. It leads to everyone having sleepless nights. So the fact that you're just sitting there feeling pretty healthy, like you're not sick, but like you just can't breathe, has to be maddening.
The sleeping part of it has been so brutal. You can't, because I feel so plugged up, and they're like, do not blow your nose. So
we've gotten quite a bit of procedures done in our lifetime of this podcast. I've gotten a handful of them, but it's nice because you got to figure. A lot of listeners probably have the same things that we're doing. I got LASIK. You're getting this like congestion thing done. These are pretty common procedures that happen, but they suck. They suck. The recoveries really suck.
Yeah, I think the technical term for mine is chronic sinusitis. So I just have constant sinus issues. So hopefully, I'm on the mend. I've got, as the days go by, I think it's going to get better and better. I had a good night's sleep last night, which was like huge because I was on a run of sleeping 2 hours a night, and I was like, I'm going to like lose my mind if I keep doing this. So that's what's going on with me. And it's been pretty weird.
Sound like Squidward a little bit.
It's tough because it's an audio podcast, and
it is what it is.
People are
going
to
watch it on YouTube.
Also, you can watch on YouTube, but I just sound very congested, and I apologize.
We both watched Happy Gilmore, so we'll get into that. We'll give a little a warning if anyone hasn't watched it yet. So I mean, we're definitely going to talk about it in depth, and I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. So if listen closely for when we start that, we'll give a nice clean warning before we get into that. I hate when people spoil things like that. And I actually got a really big part of Happy Gilmore spoiled. Not that it's like the biggest deal in the world, but this kid at Colonial was he was at the cart yard, and we brought in the cart. My dad and I finished 9 holes last night, and he goes, "Hey, have you seen Happy Gilmore yet, Frankie?" And I was like, "No, actually, I'm on my way home right now to watch it." And he goes, "Oh my god!" He goes, "There's some funny parts, especially," and he just says like probably like the best part of the movie. And I was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm excited to see that." And I walked back to the car with my dad. I'm like, "Can you believe like if someone says no, they haven't seen it and they're about to go watch it?" And it's just conversation, so it's like it's no fault on the kid really, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? If someone's
Yeah,
about to go do it, like I literally said, no, I have not watched it. I'm about to go watch it right now. I'm excited. Oh, dude, wait until you get to the part where, and you just say the big part of the movie. Like, I think that's a little bit of a crazy move.
it is definitely crazy. I mean, it's not Game of Thrones,
No,
like,
it's not. It's not.
but I totally get what you're saying. Like, I'm literally getting in my car and
Yeah,
I'm gonna step out of my car. I'm gonna sit on my couch. And I'm gonna watch
we're gonna
this
watch it
movie.
tonight. Yeah,
So I'm gonna see it really soon. And surprises like that are always better when you don't know when they're coming. So
100%. And yeah, we'll get into the whole movie. So, but yeah, that was that's definitely a big talking point right now on Twitter. A lot of people are going back and forth. I know Dave has had a lot of takes on it, so Big Cat going back with that. And yeah, just everyone that's seen it has a different take. It feels like I'd love to hear yours. Kurt Kitayama won the 3M in Minnesota. Shout out to him. I know Jake Knapp was up there. I was watching a decent amount. The 3M's a hard one to get into. We've been to the 3M. There's just something about these tour courses that go like through the houses that just make me feel like it's not a real event. And like that's no disrespect to the 3M or TPC Twin Cities. Love Minneapolis, love Minnesota. Shout out to Brock Nelson, all the Minnesota hockey guys, Vinny Lettieri, the whole deal. Anders Lee. I mean, you can go on and on. Brady Shea. It's crazy. Jake Ottinger. I mean, I'll just list a million different Minnesota, TJ Oshie. You can just keep going on and on and on and on. But Nick Letty, at the end of the day, when I'm watching this event and like they're going through like condos, it feels like they're playing like at Big Rob's condo golf course down at Dewey Beach in Delaware. Like we're playing bear trap. You know what I mean? There's
yeah,
something about it that feels very amateur. I just can't get into it. They're great holes. We played it. We played in the Pro-Am there. There are some great holes. There's a lot of water towards the end. There's a lot of drama that happens towards the end because there is so much water. I saw Max Homa said he wishes that Minnesota had less than 10,000 lakes because there's so much water out there at TBC Twin Cities. But something about it just doesn't. I can't gravitate towards it. We just watched the Open. The major championships are over. There's just I can't. I actually watched the Senior Open, the Open Championship, across the pond more than I watched 3M. So I don't know what that has to say about where those types of events, those non-elevated events, are living right now. But it doesn't really grab me.
yeah. I mean, we're coming off the Open in the U.S. Open where there just weren't houses on the golf course. So I get that feeling too during the as great as the Travelers is. I feel that way about that tournament sometimes where Keegan Bradley storming down the stretch and he wants to win on his home soil and get the crowd going, and then there's someone on their patio, and it was
The guy
just like,
grilling barbecue on the back, like just standing there in shorts and like an apron, and he's just like, "Oh shit, there's a PGA Tour event going on."
it feels less serious. I mean, again, we love these tournaments. We love the Travelers. We really do love the 3M. But yeah, when you've got a guy like grilling barbecue on his back patio, it feels less like, oh my god, you got to win this tournament.
Well, we've had this discussion a lot during breaking 90s and 85s and hundreds when we're playing different golf courses around the country, and we're sitting in the cart, and you ask me like, "Do you feel like golf is in nature? Do you feel like you're actually out enjoying nature?" And I think there's a huge difference between those community golf courses and the ones that like I'm about to go to Forest Dunes with Brendan and all of my crew. We're about to go to the northern, forest of Michigan, where when you step outside at night, you see the galaxy. Like the stars are all there. The trees have been there for hundreds of years. They carved a golf course on like a hard pan sand based land, and it's just like they stuck a pin in the ground and they put a tee box down, and like that feels like nature. And then you all of a sudden you see TPC Twin Cities, and it's like a guy grilling. There's a fake looking golf course that's going around a man-made lake. Like there's just something about it that doesn't feel natural. So I think that affects my viewing of tournaments as well, or just like the meaning of them or the gravitas of them kind of goes down when I see that. It doesn't feel like a golf course to me.
I totally agree with you. But it is, I mean, golf courses are so big. It's like it's so rare to get one that's just in the middle of nowhere. Like you have to put them around people. So I obviously understand why they do it. It makes the most sense in the world. But I really, especially during like the Open, when they're just like out there and there's nothing around but water and really high fescue and just like, yeah, you're in the middle of nature. I think that's a good point. Like I think ultimately whenever we would have that discussion about is golf in nature or not, I would say no, just because maybe for part of the reason that you're saying, and it just doesn't feel like nature to me feels out of control. And a golf course is very in control. You know, they carve the holes, they cut the grass, they do all of that stuff. But certainly when it's in a neighborhood, it feels far less like it's in the middle of nature.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. And again, I feel like I'm disrespecting the 3M. It's not necessary. It's a great event. They get a lot of good people that go there. I know that the Celebrity Pro-Am is always a great one. Kyle Rudolph's very involved in that. The people from 3M are very good. They asked us to be there this year. We just couldn't make it happen because of travel. But yeah, there's just it's sometimes it just falls in the schedule where you got a lot of things going on. The weekends here on Long Island are so nice right now. It's like the sun is shining. We're in pools. We're in the backyards. You're having your own fan. It's just golf is hard to watch from week to week when it's like that. You're not going to be glued to the TV on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when you got all the family around. And it's just the heat of the summer like this. I'm very interested to see do they give the how do you look up like the viewership of like Sunday at the 3M? Is that?
I bet they'll publish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think you just got to look up? It might be too early.
The Sunday final round of the 2025 3M Open, won by Kurt Kitayama, drew a peak viewership of over 3 million. That is the broadcast average 2.15 million viewers. That's an 11% increase compared to the 2024 final round. This was the only round of the tournament to see a viewership increase, according to the Sports Business Journal. Wow. So the CBS coverage was up 11% from last year and exceeded over 3 million viewers. Shout out to the 3M.
Wow. Who won the 2024 3M? I'm like, why would there like
Thursday and Friday's Golf Channel viewership was down 26% and 13% respectively for the first two rounds.
Yeah. Listen, man, we've talked a lot on this show. I think golf is in a good spot when you got the 3M pulling in 3 million viewers on a Sunday.
Johnny Vegas.
Wow.
Won the 2024 3M Open. Yeah, so you I guess start putting some respect on that name, man. 3 million people sitting down watching the 3M is pretty damn good number.
Those
pretty
people don't care about those houses.
Number.
Those houses don't matter to those people.
No, pretty damn good number. Padraig Harrington won the Senior Open. I did watch a little bit of that. It was very fun to see those guys go at it. You had like Justin Leonard kind of giving Patty a run for his money. A lot of guys that the Senior Tour is really interesting, where it's all these guys that have had these storied, amazing careers and they're still doing it. It's the beauty of golf, the fact that guys 50 years and older, they can be 60 years old and they can be playing for something that does have a ton of meaning, and you can really just see how good they are, right? He's 15 under, 16 under. Padraig Harrington has won 2 events this year. Is that his first major on the Senior Tour?
No, I think it's his third.
That's his third major on the Senior Tour. He's won 2 majors this year. Is that what we looked up before?
I believe so, yeah.
Padraig Harrington is cleaning up right now amongst the olds.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a stud, dude. He's been a stud for a very, very long time. I hope I have that right. I'm pretty sure that I do. He's got 3 majors. I think he won back-to-back senior majors.
That's really impressive. He played great. I watched him very closely. I was very interested to watch a guy like Padraig Harrington play with the lead coming down the stretch. The way that he was dialed in, he was focused. He knew that it meant a lot. He was playing very, very consistent golf, not putting himself in bad situations. If he had a tough shot, if he had a tucked pin, he just put it to the middle of the green. It was a very methodical way of closing that out. So shout out to Padraig Harrington. He's been in the news a lot. He went after was it Roger Maltby?
It was, yeah.
So, I mean, Padraig Harrington's been feeling the fire. He's winning back-to-back majors. I hope we got that right, because that's unbelievable that he's doing that. He's won 2 events this year, Trent.
Oh.
He won the U.S. Senior Open in he's won 3 events. He won the U.S. Senior Open in 2022, and he's won the Senior Open Championship in 2025. But he's won 3 events this year. I did see on the broadcast, they shouted out Patty Harrington that he's the only guy on tour that has won an event in 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. He's 53 years old.
Yeah, shout out to Patty. He's on the younger side of the senior tour. That's when you make your hay. I mean, if you're not outside of burnout longer,
God.
you're in your early 50s. You can start beating up on those old guys.
43 professional wins for Padraig Harrington. Just a damn good career.
Dude, his run in like the mid to late 2000s when he was winning majors was like, it was so much fun to watch because he cares so much about golf that he just loves it.
Inducted into the Golf Hall of Fame in 2024. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, shout out to CC Sabathia, who was just inducted into the Hall of Fame as a New York Yankee.
Wow.
What a stud. When you go through all of his career, he didn't get the 300 wins because at that time it wasn't like, I feel like you're never going to see that again. Even during CC's, like the end of his career, you're not going to see that. He had like 250 something wins. He was pretty close.
Even that's a lot.
It's a lot. You're definitely never going to see 300 again. That's a fact. Just there's too many like inning restrictions, and Tommy John is like on the back burner of every single pitcher's mind right now. Like it's just every time you throw more than 7 innings, it feels like you're going to get Tommy John. So it's never going to happen again. But he got elected into the Hall of Fame strictly because of like how much of a dog he was. Like pitching, like dude, in their speech when they brought him up, their description of him was like he pitched on short rest. Like that's just talking about grit and like just grinding it out. He became famous in Milwaukee, in Cleveland, with the Yankees of just like pitching on 2 days rest, 3 days rest. That Milwaukee Brewers run when they made that playoffs, he was pitching like every night. They're like, just throw CC back on the bump and let him see what he can do. And his hat would be a little sideways and he'd just be fucking throwing that lefty gas.
I know he's going in as a Yankee, and obviously I get why, but I will remember him as a Brewer for sure. That run
and he
when
didn't
he was
play
just
for the Brewers that long.
It was very short, very short. But I just remember that being like, can you believe what this guy is doing on the mound? I love CC Sabathia. Love.
Awesome. And just him as a teammate, he was always right there. The best story is that he was I think it was like 2014 or something. He had an incentive built into his contract that if he got a certain amount of innings pitched, he would get a $500,000 bonus.
Okay.
The Yankees are playing, I believe it was the Rays. Someone gets hit during the game. Benches get warned. CC Sabathia is 2 innings away from $500,000 towards the end of the year, his last start of the year. $500,000 bonus. He's 2 innings away. Okay. He goes up there and hits a guy right in the back, right in the square of the back to get them back and have his teammates back. He knew that if he threw at a guy, he'd get ejected. He got ejected from the game, 2 innings short, whatever it was, the 4th or 5th inning. Like he never would have gotten pulled that early, and loses out on that $500,000 knowingly. He knew what he was doing.
Yep.
And that's just the kind of guy he was on a team that he didn't give a fuck. Obviously, he's made a ton of money over his career, but still, like you're baking that into your contract. It's something that you want to do. Guys do that. I mean, Rob Gronkowski, like famously, like kept asking Tom Brady like to catch those touchdowns towards the end of the year because he was going to get. Remember that? That was insane.
Yeah.
Just to get those bonuses, those incentives. That's a big thing that these players really look into. They know they put them on the board and they know what guys want. CC Sabathia was ejected from a game against the Tampa Bay Rays after hitting Jesus Sucre in the 6th inning. The ejection occurred after a previous incident where Andrew Kittredge threw inside at Austin Romine. Sabathia hit Jake Bowers in the 5th inning. The ejection cost $500,000 for the bonus of reaching 155 innings pitched. Now, the finale of this story, the finishing part of this, is that the Yankees honored his $500,000 because of how good of a teammate move that was.
There you go. That's amazing.
So he hits him, and he stares right into the bench, and he just goes, "That was for you," to the guy that hit Austin Romine. So shout out to CC Sabathia. Shout out to fucking Ichiro Suzuki that got put into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Absolute stud. His quote has gone viral with the Miami Marlins. I don't know if you want to pull that up. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's like, when you called me, because they're thanking all the teams they've been on. He's been on the Yankees, the Mariners, the Marlins. The list goes on and on. And he's like, when you called me, I didn't even know you were a team. I never even heard Ichiro speak in English, to be honest. So like the first time I'm ever hearing this guy speak, he's just roasting the Miami Marlins. Never knew that they were a team. So that was great. When you hear that guy's stats, it blows your mind that he played so many years in Japan, reaching 3,000 hit club and starting at like 27 or whatever age he was. I think he was like 29 maybe.
Right. And I think if you combine his Japanese stats with his American stats, he's got the most hits all time.
Oh my God. It's like
blows Pete Rose out of the water.
By 1,000, I think.
Yeah. Ichiro's the shit.
Here it is. Here's Ichiro Suzuki.
We got Brennan's fingers working today.
Yeah, dude. We got the producers moving right now. We got a new producer too, which we'll introduce.
And to the Miami Marlins, I appreciate David Sampson and Mike Hill for coming today. Honestly, when you guys called to offer me a contract for 2015, I have never heard of your team.
It's just so insane. You know, I actually believe him, right? Like
yeah.
Ichiro played the Marlins the year before, but he just like didn't care enough to like even know who he was playing.
Was that even when? How much crossover was there between AL and NL back then? Probably wasn't much.
There wasn't much. But yeah, that was funny. And then Billy Wagner, I watched his whole speech. This is what I was watching instead of 3M, I guess, right? Like I was watching guys get inducted to the Hall of Fame. But that guy had a great story too. He never ever closed a game until his first game in the major leagues, and then he went on to save like 400 something saves, second all time behind Mariano Rivera. He grew up a right-hand dominant, but taught himself how to throw lefty and threw 100 miles an hour.
Oh,
do I have that right? He's a lefty, right? Unless it was the opposite way. They were talking a lot about Billy Wagner. He was a Met too, so Brendan Jones should know this. But a lot about how he was a dominant opposite hand of what he ended up throwing and taught himself how to throw like 100 miles an hour. The guy's like 5 foot nothing, 100 pounds nothing, and went out there and just fucking made it happen. Billy Wagner is a natural right-handed person, but became a left-handed pitcher after breaking his right arm twice as a child. He learned how to throw with his left hand as a way to continue playing baseball after these injuries. Went on to throw 100 miles an hour and then became a fucking Hall of Famer. That story. He was like getting choked up, talking about how many times he should have given up, how many times guys looked over him, technically, like literally and figuratively, because he's a short little guy. And he went out there and he just threw gas. And he's like one of, I think, like 6 like full-time relievers to ever make it to the Hall. And like talking about what the bullpen means to him. You know, like there's just nothing better than baseball like that. Like that story right there, man, just getting out there and just shutting guys down. God. That is such a good spot.
You also get less and less of those stories, I feel like, now, because pitching in particular is so protected. Like even the story with Sabathia where it's like, yeah, he's starting on, I don't know, a day and a half like of rest. You're like, what's he going to do? And then he goes out there and shut out 7 innings. Like now you just don't get guys going deep into games. Even the closer role is a little different now. Saves are a little different now. So Ichiro, Sabathia, all those guys, those are from an era of baseball when I was really into baseball, and it felt like, I don't know, I love that era of baseball.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, and yeah, that's definitely a great class. There was a couple of other guys that got inducted that had really great stories. Two guys that passed on. One of the guys, I don't know how I'm forgetting his name, but his son read a poem from it. So he was played for the Pirates. Brendan, can you look up his name? He just got inducted in 2025. Played for the Pirates, and his son. So he knew that he got inducted. He was alive and then passed away recently, like a month or 2 ago, but wrote a poem basically for his son to say at his Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And it was funny. And it was fucking like, it made you like really emotional knowing that he wrote this like in his dying days. But like, it got the whole place laughing where he's like, I'm up here. He's like, he goes, I was the fucking best. Like he really was just like, I'm up here. You can't take this away from me. Dave Parker though. Yeah. Really like that guy he had a sick nickname too. God, I can't remember it, but he has a sick nickname, like the Snake or something like that.
We love nicknames.
Oh, real quick. Did you watch the Billy Joel documentary by any chance on HBO?
No.
Must watch. Really long.
Even as like, and I don't mean this, like I'm not the biggest, not that I don't like Billy Joel, but like I don't know a ton about him.
You'll love it.
Okay.
I think it's one of the best music documentaries ever made. It's 2 parts. His story is out of control. Like even being a Long Islander, he grew up in Hicksville where my wife grew up. His home house where he grew up in is less than a mile away from where Hannah grew up. Where Hannah's parents still are. So like Hicksville, Long Island, he's very much Long Island. He's a New York legend. this story resonates with everyone that just enjoys music and has even heard of Billy Joel. You have no idea the stuff that he's been through. You have no idea. And I didn't even know. Like the highs and the lows, and just like how famous he got, and like all the things that happened to him, and how amazing this documentary is, how they pieced it together, going from like back in time to now, and just how, I guess, open Billy Joel is now to be able to go back and tell these stories, like real dark stories.
Really?
And he's sitting at his piano just kind of fucking just giving you, like, you know, people back in the 70s and 80s when they were writing all these tabloids about him were probably like, you know, foaming at the mouth to get Billy Joel to admit some of these things that he was in this documentary. And when they kind of piece it all together, just the way it happens, dude, I'm telling you, it's really long, but it's one of those things, like watch 30 minutes, watch 40 minutes, an hour, and just kind of like chip away at it. That's what we did. And like, you're going to want to go see a Billy Joel concert tomorrow.
Who made it? Is it like one of those Scorsese ones? Those Scorsese music documentaries are like 8 hours.
It could be. I don't know who ended up making it. It is a must watch. And I am a Billy Joel fan, but like, you will not leave that not being a Billy Joel fan. There's no way you can watch that being like, that sucks.
All right, I'm gonna watch it. I love a good music documentary.
Dude, you'll love this. You will love it. Just him like writing songs, how he wrote them, the meaning behind all the songs. He's like, you have footage of things that happened to him, and then like you listen to the lyrics and the most famous songs that we've ever heard, and you're like, wow, how is that written about that? It's awesome. It's so cool. There's nothing like getting to a baseball game, especially last minute. Luckily for us, we always use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer you get to showtime. I was looking at tickets for this week, the Tampa Bay Rays against the New York Yankees. I have this whole entire map right here of Yankee Stadium. You click around, $60 to get into section 128, row 4. For a New York Yankees game. That's right on the field. You're right a part of the action. $60 to get to a New York Yankee game. You can get into there for $14 as the lowest price. You got WWE SummerSlam coming to MetLife Stadium. You got the Giants at the Mets. You got Gracie Abrams. I mean, it's just a time. It's a time to go to live events, and Game Time has them all, Trent.
I saw Gracie Abrams brought out our good friend Noah Khan at her concert a couple nights ago in Boston. So you go to Stapleton. I'm going to the Dead Company show in San Francisco. So it's not just baseball games, it's concerts, it's everything, and they're all on Game Time.
You can put those savings that you're going to get right back in your pocket and spend them at the ballpark or the arena for the show on a hot dog, a new hat, some good old-fashioned Cracker Jacks. What are you waiting for? I'm going to go buy those Tampa Bay Rays at New York Yankees. I got to get to a Yankee game, and I'm going to buy those with Game Time. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code FORE for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code FORE for $20 off your first purchase. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. With prices going up on just about everything lately, dealing with money can be stressful. Trying to manage subscriptions, track spending, and cut costs can feel overwhelming. Luckily, Rocket Money can relieve some of that stress and help you feel confident in the financial decisions you make. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps you find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Rocket Money shows all of your expenses in one place, including all the subscriptions that you forget about. We all have those that we just subscribe to a bunch of different things. Monthly subscriptions keep going and getting charged, and we forget about them forever, and we're wasting money. If you see a subscription that you no longer want on this app, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. Rocket Money's 5 million members have saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, with members saving up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. So cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/FORE. That's FORE today. That's rocketmoney.com/FORE. rocketmoney.com/FORE. We're about to get into Happy Gilmore, but right before we do, I want to get to a couple things real quick. Number one being Thursday. You're seeing, if you're watching the video, our Golf Dad hats, which have been at high demand. We've done 2 releases of Golf Dad. They've sold out basically the day that they come out. It's our hottest, collection that we've got going right now. So we're putting out a whole new lineup of hats and polos, stuff for the summer. Real great new color schemes, as you're seeing. Like, we went back to the original one that we released almost like 4 or 5 months ago at this point, maybe even longer. The blue one that we had that sold out legit in like an hour. So we've got a bunch of different colors of these. We've got really, really high quality stuff. So make sure you're checking out the Barstool store on Thursday. That's going to go live, and act quickly, because this stuff does go quick. So if you're trying to get this as a gift for someone, for your dad, for your uncle, for your husband, if you're listening to this, whatever it might be, make sure you get the Golf Dad stuff, because this is like the ultimate gift. Like, I've given so many dads in my life, whether it be my brother-in-law or cousins or whatever, I've given them the Golf Dad stuff, and it's like a home run. It is a home run to give this as a gift. They love it.
It's so easy.
It's so easy. It cements them as like a thing, part of a group. It puts you into a group, and like, you're proud of it, and the merch looks good, and it's a cool logo, and the polos look great, and it's like understated. It's like a little just like minimalistic on the polo. I love it. So make sure you go check that out. Oh, and the Olympic. Yes, Olympic is out tomorrow. So when you're listening to this, our first video from our insane West Coast swing of Olympic and Cyprus is out. We did a 2-day stroke play event for $1,000 a guy, $3,000 on the line. And we basically took course handicaps from both courses, from the tees that we ended up playing, and we added them up. So Trent was at, let's call it, I think it was 42 under he started.
Yeah.
And I was 17 under. And Riggs was 14 under. I think I got that kind of correct. Close to correct.
That's pretty close.
And we just played. We played stroke play, ball and hole. We played a USAM course that has the rough up to 12 inches, 13 inches right now, over a foot in some spots. Super hard. Like, I think we included in the video, Brendan, where did Riggs ever send you that clip of the guy who sets up the USAM saying this will be harder than Sunday of the USAM, like what you guys are playing?
He grabbed it while they were doing their like presentation beforehand, because he knew like it was going to be needed.
And that's going in the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have that context, because people probably seeing where this is going. I mean, the course was fucking hard.
I'll say this. Zyre Golf is going to love this video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. First hole.
You know what I mean?
First hole. Our first hole, Zyre Golf, is going to be able to make another compilation.
Yeah.
Is it a compilation or compilation?
Compilation.
Yeah. I heard someone recently on a podcast say compilation.
Unless that's a different thing, but compilation is like a bunch of clips put together.
I think it was one of the Nelk boys saying something. They were talking about like a porn category, and he's like, I love these compilations. And they're like, what?
That's almost like don't try to church it up. It's like Joe Dirte. It's like, no, man. It's compilation. You're watching a compilation porn.
Yeah. No, it's compilation. Happy Gilmore. Got to get into it. Have to get into it. If you haven't watched it yet, you can probably just skip ahead. But if you have watched it, Trent, I'd love to hear your thoughts first. I have many thoughts, but I feel like you are you might take this the wrong way, but I think when it comes to your assessment of things, you fall like right down the middle of like, you're like an average viewer. Like, you're like the average viewer of content. You're not too hard on things. You don't take it too seriously. You don't really let public perception affect the way that you view something. I tend to be the opposite of it, where I feel very strongly about things. I let certain aspects of something, judge my view, my viewpoint of it, whether it be artistic style, or I start to get real stupid with it. I'd love to hear your take on this as kind of just like the average viewer of a Happy Gilmore 2, sequel.
I'm the guy who they make pop music for. Like, I'm right there. Like, that's, I liked Happy Gilmore. We didn't need it. We really didn't need it. Like, if you really look at it from, all right, we really love the first one. Obviously, it's an iconic movie. Adam Sandler. It's the most quotable movie maybe of all time. It's a lot of these sequels where it's just like, all these people are still alive, or at least most of them. They all want to do it. There's money to be made. Netflix is probably willing to pay who knows how much money to make it, so we'll just make it. But I'm not mad that I watched it. Like, there's parts of it that are like, this is pretty weird. But like, I'm glad that I watched it. I'm glad that it exists. But we definitely didn't need it. And there's parts of it where you're like, wow, we really don't need this. But overall, I think I liked it because I liked all the cameos. I liked all the callbacks. It's clearly like sparked a ton of conversation about the movie and it's like where it is in history. But like, my overall take was we really didn't need this. But I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I enjoyed parts of it. I was really excited for it, right? I was really excited to watch it. I love Happy Gilmore, and I thought maybe they would do something that was worthy of a sequel because it is such an iconic movie. I went into it with not the highest expectations. I saw a lot of people being like, it's the worst movie of all time, blah, blah, blah. Dave really hated it. He's like, that's the worst movie ever made. There's no reason you needed to make it. It's like, you really don't have a brain if you enjoyed that. And I saw a lot of people, including Big Cat, being like, well, what were you expecting going into that? Like, you shouldn't have too much expectation of a Happy Gilmore. It's like a slapdick Adam Sandler comedy. Like, it's going to be, the first one was fucking stupid, but it's a classic because of the story. It's the first time seeing the story. The way that it flowed was great. That's the problem I had with this new one, is they went way too far away. And I try and put myself in the shoes of like the production team that's like at Netflix or Happy Madison that's trying to say, who are we making this movie for? Happy Gilmore came out in the 90s, like 1994 or whatever it was. Who is this movie in 2025 for? Is it for the people that watched it in the 90s, or is it a new Happy Gilmore for like the 11-year-olds and the 15-year-olds of this generation right now that's seeing it on Netflix? Like, who are we actually trying? Because if you're making it for the older people, like, they already have one. Like, they can just go watch the Happy Gilmore they love. I'm assuming that they sat here and was like, we need to make this for a new generation. We need to make it TikTok style with quick cameos and crazy colors and insane, CGI effects, and just everything's just like stimulation overload. I don't think anyone that watched the one from the 90s was ready for that. And when you're watching it as a older person that had like in our generation that grew up watching Happy Gilmore and loved Happy Gilmore, and it was like an iconic movie to be able to watch. I mean, I'm a little bit younger, but like, you watched Happy Gilmore growing up and you see this, you're like, that's not even the same thing. Like, that's not a sequel at all, almost. Like, it's like, I saw PFT say it's 90 TikToks put together, where it's like the editing style and everything was just so off. Like, I understand you're trying to go for a new generation, but the Happy Gilmore story is so easy to like just go back into. Like, just have him come back, play on the tour, play for something that's bigger than him.
I mean, they kind of did do that, though, no?
They did, but like, they went so far away from just it being like a golf movie and like and the Adam Sandler stuff that we love, where like it gets emotional. Like, it was just like everything was so fast, and like I honestly thought the directing and the editing was like the worst I've ever seen.
Really?
Bro, like, just like big moments just like came and went. Like, it was just like all of a sudden he's just like practicing on the beach, and like he's like making, like, everything was just so fast. And this is crazy spoilers, but like the death in the beginning, it's just like, it just happens. It's like everything was
crazy.
It's just crazy. And like, they're just trying to put callbacks in spots that it didn't even make sense. It just, the whole thing to me was a complete mess up in like the directing and like editing portion of it. I think that the actors were fine. I thought all the tour players were great. I thought that they were hilarious. So Sky Scheffler obviously stole the show. Like, that scene, which is what the kid spoiled for me at Colonial, by the way. He like spoiled the whole thing of Sky Scheffler, which is by far the best part. I thought, yeah, all those were great. I thought that, the older guys like Jack Nicklaus and Freddie Couples, like, those guys were hilarious. Travis Kelce, great cameos. There was just something about the way they told the story and like where it went to, and like the live, thing. And it was just so unnecessary. And I know, like, we're picking apart Happy
All right.
Gilmore, and it's not Oppenheimer, and it's not telling the story of, you know, a generation that, you know, you're not telling how, like, the freaking bomb was made so that, like, they could watch it in school one day. It's fucking Happy Gilmore. Like, he could have taken a shit in a hole and it still would have been Happy Gilmore. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't. It's slapdick. It's a joke. But I thought that whoever had, like, the control of it messed it up.
What I like and what I think our generation likes about the movies like Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, the premises are absurd. And I think as the next generation came along and they made like the Apatow movies, they were all based in some sort of realism where it's like, oh, this guy knocked up this girl. What are the repercussions of that? And what situations are they going to get into? I think what Happy Gilmore 2 did, to give it some credit, was stay true to the absurdism of the original premise of Happy Gilmore, the first one, which I really like because we talk about it all the time. We're like, why are there no more funny movies? Like, what? Why did they dry up? Where did they go? And I think the sense that you need to give the audience some sort of root of realism has just made people be like, well, then I don't really want to do it. So for them to take Happy Gilmore 2 and just basically be like, yeah, he's a drunk. Yeah, he's old. He's got all these kids. His wife is now dead, which was a crazy part of the movie. But he's just going to head to the golf course and he's still going to have it. That would make no sense in the real world. And that's what made no sense about the first Happy Gilmore. He was this hockey player, but he was weirdly really good at golf. Billy Madison was, to take back his dad's company, he's got to start in preschool and graduate college. That's not a real life scenario. So I like that they were still like, this is still Happy Gilmore. They didn't root it in such reality where it was like, and it's actually not going to work because he's not as good anymore and all that shit. So I actually thought that part of it, to embrace the absurdism in a generation where that does not happen anymore, filled me with a good amount of joy watching it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, like, they did stay true to just kind of finding an absurd plot for something so simple as the game of golf, which is what they did in the first one. Yeah, he has a hockey stick as a putter. And like back then, that was outrageous, right? Like, to come up with that as an idea for golf. His final putt in the original Happy Gilmore, he has to putt up and down all these different things. The ball's going down all of these like chutes and pipes, and then it ends up in the hole. He gets hit by a freaking car. Like, yeah, that is as outrageous as you can get. Like, in the 90s for the game of golf, they didn't even know that they would be able to, you know, do what they ended up doing in this one. So they definitely went to their furthest extreme back then. But I do agree with that. That's a good point, that they did stay true to that. And I guess that goes back to my original point where it's like, who are you making the movie for? And like, you are making it for just the absurd Adam Sandler fans.
I miss movies like that, man.
Yeah.
I think everybody does, where you're just like,
it's like needed, I guess.
Right. You need to be like, and listen, don't get me wrong. The end with like the 7 holes, the insanity, the last hole with like a moving green, all that was like a little bit too much. But also, I couldn't tell if that was the point where they're like, yeah, dude, this is a Happy Gilmore movie. This is not a biopic or like a documentary. We're gonna make this as stupid and as weird and as crazy as we can. So with that part of it, they were making it for the generation that grew up loving absurd movies like that.
Yeah. I do think that we're giving it a lot of credit because it is what it is, and it's the only thing that we have to base it off of. But I do think there is a better plot for Happy Gilmore 2 out there that like would have done all the callbacks. You could have made it a little absurd. Adam Sandler could have had a little bit more life in his face. Like, he just looked like so like he didn't want to be there. The acting was weird. Like, in his, right? Did you not feel that, where it's like it almost looked like he's just there just to get it done? It was fucking. There's a lot of parts where it's just weird. I don't know if it's just his face is getting older.
That's kind of his acting style, I feel like, where he's just
but
like,
even when they did like the callbacks and they did all the flashbacks, it's just, I know this was freaking 30 years ago, but just a different life in him.
Like, I think you always have a big issue with really high definition comedies.
I hate that,
but it's a hard thing to get away from.
It's just, all the movies in the 90s and stuff, they were all filmed, mainly I think a lot of them in the 80s and 90s were on film, and it has like a different look to it, and it has a different editing style to it. Now everything with digital is like, I just when comedies are filmed almost like dramas, where it's like dark tones and like perfect lighting and everything is kind of 4K, it just makes it less funny to me. Like, I think if they did a reboot of The Office and they'd shot it like a brand new 4K movie, I think it wouldn't have that same charm as just like the wide pan, very, very lit up office like that we're used to, where it's like very easy to watch. You're just like you got a bird's eye view of just these absurd people, and like that's what makes it funny to me. Something about these like really high def, high cutting, all the crazy stuff like that, the whole montage scene and the way that they filmed it, where he's playing golf for the first time, like that to me like is so far away from what the original Happy Gilmore was, that like that's when it started to be like, oh my god, like they've completely gone away from what this used to be. Like it's just a completely different edit. It feels like TikToks. There's like, there's 4 people on the screen, they got the white lines, there's like all these boxes, and it's just absurd to me. It like becomes almost like I don't know, it becomes a TikTok almost, which I know we're living in 2025 and that's just the style now. But there's something about it that I hate. It doesn't feel funny.
I will say the scene with him golfing with like Eric Andre and all those people, that felt very like, it was just so clear and so vibrant.
So vibrant.
But I had a couple things that I really liked. I loved the kids. I love the sons. I thought that was a nice, like,
they were funny.
They were funny, and it wasn't, you could go one of two ways with that, where they all love him and they don't care that he can't do a single thing wrong in their eyes, or they could hate him. I like that they all really liked him. Like, that was a fun, his kids were insane. I thought that was a really fun read.
Yeah, every time they were on the screen, it did make me like kind of chuckle. And John Daly was great.
Really good.
He was, yeah. It was like him and Scotty as being the best parts for me. That was my main takeaway.
I thought Ben Stiller was really good. I
thought his was a mess.
Really?
Yeah, I thought he did like the voice a little bit too much. It's almost like he couldn't get back into the character.
Oh wow.
I mean, if you go listen back to the original Hal, like it was not as like he just missed it. It's like he couldn't get back in. He messed up, dude. He messed up the voice. What does Brendan think? Brendan's the biggest Adam Sandler fan of all time.
I went in with super low expectations. Like I honestly didn't think I was going to like it at all. So everything that was good about it was a surprise to me. It made me feel pretty good. I thought John Daly's character off the rip made me laugh. Like as soon as we saw him in the garage, I was like, oh, here we go. Like this guy's going to actually be a part of this movie. Scotty, definitely the best pro golfer. I thought my big thing was the end was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The golf was, Trent alluded to it, the golf was so stupid. There was
the villains, the villain guy was just like the worst.
To me, that's a good point. That was the biggest miss, was like the villain was weird, and the people who they got to be in this max league, like I thought we would know who those people were. They were just random people, unless I don't know who they are, or I don't know.
Reggie Bush?
Was that Reggie Bush?
Yeah, 8 Ball was Reggie Bush.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There was a ton of cameos in that thing. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I didn't think I was gonna love it. I definitely didn't love it, but I went in being like, just keep the expectations super low and just be surprised by anything that's good. I enjoyed when they called back to the original movie because, I fucking absolutely loved every second of it. The end just got so ridiculous for me. They were driving in those weird cars and playing croquet, it felt like, and Roy McIlroy was in flames hitting golf balls. And so the original movie, the golf was far-fetched, hitting off of stands that fell down, but it was at least on the golf course. It wasn't crazy raised greens and floating, and I don't know. You could have just at least kept it on the golf course, in my opinion. I don't know. You could do something outrageous that isn't so fictional.
I also wasn't sure if Shooter McGavin was a good guy or a bad guy the whole movie.
That's kind of the editing thing that I'm talking about. It's like all of a sudden they just like split to him being a good guy. There was like, it was a bizarre, I thought it was a bizarre way to tell the story. The way, like how fast it was, it's like they sped through all these big moments of you wanting to see Happy Gilmore make his comeback, and they left this big chunk of the movie for like this absurd golf scene, like 30 minutes of chaos, like with, like you said, the carts and hitting through like the forest and all like that. It's like they skipped through all this stuff, all this quick stuff, and they saved like a night. They wanted to really tell the story of this golf match, which was so absurd.
Yeah, there was a scene with Happy and Shooter. We're breaking this down like it's the Oppenheimer, but that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed
Well,
to
it's
do.
a golf podcast, and it's Happy Gilmore too.
You
So
have
anyone
to
that's
talk
like
about
you're
it.
talking about
But
this too
when
much is
Shooter
mistake.
and Happy are fighting in the graveyard, at the end of the fight, they're like best friends. And I didn't understand that at all.
Bizarre.
And then he was on their team. And I was
And
like,
I'm saying there's like, I know you love it. And like they both sat down against like a tombstone. And like, what do you mean you know he loves it? I know you love that. And he punched him in the face one last time and Shooter just took it. It's like, what are you talking about? He just tried to kill you.
The whole thing was it was just a whole thing of nostalgia. Like I don't think anything crazy of the story because I didn't have any expectations going into the story. It was honestly, it felt like every scene was just to make you feel good about the first one and try to remember it. And this is what they're doing now in current day. I don't know. I don't view it as a movie story from start to finish. I just watched it as a Happy Gilmore fan and wanted to, feel something, right, that I felt when I watched that old movie. And I guess that's kind of part of it.
also the part about how the new golfers are really good because they've got medically their ligaments like switched around. I was like, listen, I just 20 minutes ago, I was like, I love the absurd movies and how crazy this shit is. Even there, I was like, all right.
Haley Joel freaking Osteen, whatever, Osman was like bending around all over the place. It's just couldn't wait for the golf to be over. I couldn't wait for I didn't want to see the villain sitting on top of a golf cart anymore. Like I thought like the way that they positioned him, he was like daintily sitting on top of golf carts. Like it was almost like he was like a leprechaun. He would be like sitting in weird positions being like, oh no, like, and then like they'd cut to him and he'd be on top of the golf cart being like, hold on, I'm coming right down. Putt between my legs. Like it was so fucking weird. That guy was such a strange character. And that guy was an Oppenheimer. The villain was an Oppenheimer. He was one of he was one of the scientists.
He also had something to do with Uncut Gems, I saw.
He was in Uncut Gems, yeah. I don't fucking know. We're definitely breaking it down a little bit too much. It's just Happy Gilmore. I think it's fair to just say it didn't need to come out, but it's entertainment at the end of the day. It's like you watched it, you're able to take away a couple of the callbacks. There's a couple of funny cameos in there. Honestly, for me, it's worth it just to watch just for the pro golfer cameos. I think that was all very funny. I thought Xander was funny with Ricky Fowler.
Xander was killing me, dude.
Yeah,
that's what she said really got me.
That really got me too. And Will Zalatoris I thought was great because like we've been calling him Happy's caddy for a long time. So the fact that he got that full circle moment was funny. I watched him and I'm like, oh shit, Will's been battling back surgeries for a long time, and he's getting his fucking neck kind of ringed around.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
I'm sure he was nervous about that. The guy just came off crazy back procedures.
There was another part that really made me laugh that was so random where when the regular golfers meet the maxi golfers and one of the maxi golfers grabs Rory's nipples and Bryson goes, those are my nipples.
Yeah.
That that got like a really laugh out loud out of me.
Because those are my titties.
Yeah, he did say that. I think it's a culmination of just where golf is now. Golf's really big and it's booming, and all these pros are showing up in stick, and Netflix has Full Swing and all these things. And Happy Gilmore, obviously, over 20 years, we've been not waiting for it, but it's the generation now that wants to see it again and get all those callbacks. And it's just like they threw it all together, and it's just what we got. Like you just throw together all this new generation of golf, and it's like this is what it turns out to be. It might not be what the older generation likes, but that's apparently and unfortunately where it's going. Everything's fast, everything's vibrant, everything's just overload. It's just fucking overload craziness that I already know. Like my little cousins are gonna like love that movie, like the colors and the snow and they're gonna be laughing at like, I guess that's what a Happy Gilmore movie is supposed to do. It's supposed to be fucking stupid.
The end felt super geared toward the younger generation, and that's obviously where I was just I don't want this. And I think Frankie's right. You throw that in front of a 10-year-old, they're loving the end right there.
We've got a guy here named Ryan Richson, who is our new producer. There he is. Let's give a little round of applause for Ryan Richson. Woo! So we did a search for a new producer, editor, the whole deal. Ryan Richson has won the competition. Brendan Jones, our head producer, has made the decision to pick Ryan. So welcome to the crew, Ryan. We're very excited to have you. I know we just did a little powwow before we came on here, but give us your thoughts about joining the crew and just kind of like what you're going to bring to the table, I guess, not to put too much pressure on you.
I'm really happy to be here. I mean, I was a Fore Play guy like all throughout high school and early college, so kind of got my start in the industry doing podcasts over at PFF and saw the job posting and kind of just thought it'd be perfect for me. So I'm really excited to dive into the podcast and kind of do something that's a little bit more involved and kind of is obviously a super big brand. So I'm really excited to kind of just join the show and hopefully, bring some new stuff to the show. Cause like honestly, my old job, I felt like I wasn't learning that much. I kind of felt like I got the ropes and I was kind of, doing the same thing over and over again. So I'm really excited to get a new learning opportunity. And I'm a big golf guy, so that's going to be a huge thing for me. Is I'm really excited to travel around with you guys and meet some cool people, like go to some cool golf courses. And I'm really just excited to dive right in because, like I said, this is going to be a massive learning opportunity for me. So I'm really excited to kind of just learn, honestly, kind of just soak it all in and learn from Brendan, learn from Jared, learn from you guys, like learn from everyone, Kyle too. And
Won't learn much from Kyle, but the rest of the crew for sure. And what are the odds this guy's got a Brew Crew shirt on? We just talked about how much CC Sabathia meant to the Milwaukee Brewers.
He's got a little bit of Nick Tarani in him, which I wouldn't put it past Nick to be the producer of the Fore Play podcast to get closer to Riggs.
Yeah,
I actually have gotten that before.
I could see it. I could definitely see it.
Not the first time.
No, yeah, it's a good role to have filled now. I know, this podcast is sometimes like a little bit stagnant where it's like we're constantly traveling and it doesn't really progress and we haven't really figured out how to get this thing to move along. So it's nice to have a guy that's going to be dedicated to just building it and coming up with new ideas and, making it look better and sound better and all those things. And then when it comes to the other videos too, like I was telling him, like a lot of our videos, we don't have the most subscribers and a lot of the other brands get more views and the whole entire deal. They're just like dialed into the YouTube world. They were at it a little bit earlier than us, or they were a little bit more full-time earlier than us with it. And what we have done though, like our mark, I feel like in that space, the YouTube golf space, is like we've come up with like unique ideas and unique ways of filming golf that have then been either copied or taken by the other brands. And it's fun to be able to watch you guys come up with new ideas on how to film and edit golf. So I was telling Ryan, like come in with like that new way of thinking, even for the podcast, whatever. And it seems like he's excited for it and trying to find like, what's that next thing? Like Brendan, he has this drone and he's like one of the only guys that does like the 7X zoom where it looks like he's on a tower and he's filming it back towards us. And you get those shots of us hitting towards the drone, or you get the balls landing on the green from the tee box with a drone. And like, we never really see it. We watch a ton of YouTube golf. And then now you see in the Adam Sandler Bryson video, they're starting to do that now. So it's like, it's not like they're stealing it, but it's like, it's a little like, it's cool to be able to say that our guys are a part of a team that like come up with ways that 500,000 people watch a video. And like some of the people, our peers, are watching it being like, oh, we can definitely take something from that. We've done that with other brands where we see Good does a style of like a tracer or something, like, oh, how do we figure out how to do that? So the fact that you're a part of that team and you have that fire now, I'm excited to see what you can do, Ryan. And just welcome to the squad. And we can't wait to see what you bring to the table, man.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here. And kind of like you said, I mean, my background is mostly in podcasts, but I'm really excited to learn and do a lot of like the other videos because that's kind of why I got into media, was wanting to do more long form video, documentary type stuff. And just, I'm really excited to dive right into that. And
Oh yeah.
obviously I want to get the podcast stuff down and do it exactly how Alex Bush used to do it, and want to make sure that it's all clean and
a little more creativity, maybe.
yeah, no, for sure. Put my own spin on it.
That's no dig at Alex, but we got to move this thing forward here.
No, definitely. I'm excited to really dive in. It's going to be, like I said, a huge growing opportunity for me. And this is just such a big brand. I'm really just pumped to be a part of it. And I'm blessed for the opportunity, honestly.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you popping on here. And yeah, you're going to hear a lot of us talking about a lot of dumb shit on this show. As you can hear, we've already talked for an hour and 9 minutes about basically nothing. It's just one of those days. Like it's, there's not much going on. I went to see Chris Stapleton. The other day at UBS Arena. Speaking about music, we were talking about Billy Joel. Man, there's just no better talent than be able to play a fucking instrument like that. Like, get up there, Chris Stapleton, man. You want to talk about a guy that can just bring the goddamn house down with his voice. There were many times where I was looking around the arena and just everyone was just in awe. You got like 18,000 people standing there just staring at this guy. One guy, guitar, spotlight, just belting. And he's got everyone in the palm of his hand. It sounds just like a Spotify record. Like, it is like, he doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't miss a note. It's perfect. It's perfect listening. I was blown away. I'm not the biggest Chris Stapleton fan, but I know a lot of his songs. So when I got invited to go, I'm like, yeah, of course I'll go see Chris Stapleton. And he blew me away. He's one of those guys that, like, his stage setup is the size of this room, and he's got his keyboardist, he's got his like slide guitarist. That's an incredible addition to a band. He's got his wife who is at the same. She's right next to him, so it's her microphone and his microphone, and they're just facing the crowd. And the guitarist is right to his right, and the other guitarist is right to his left. He doesn't stand further than his band. He doesn't stand behind his band. He just stands amongst them and does not move. He doesn't move from like a 5-foot radius the whole entire show. He just stands there and plays his music. And he's like, I'm going to do this every night. And if you guys want to come see me, you can. I'm not going to go dancing. I'm not going to go crazy. We don't have all these things. I'm just going to sing my 20 songs, and I hope people show up. And boy, do they show up.
Right. He's good enough where he just sells out stadiums. I like, the older I get, the more I just like the guy or the girl who just stands there and belts. Like Sturgill does that. Tyler Childers does that when I went and saw him. Like Billy Strings does that. They just stand there and they're like, I got my instrument. I've got my incredible voice. Now you are now here to witness this. Enjoy it. I'm jealous. I have not yet gone to a Chris Stapleton concert. I like his music a lot, but I've heard he is like Robbie Fox. I remember when I was living with him, he went to a Chris Stapleton concert and he was like, this is a guy who's been to 1 million concerts. And he was like, that was one of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Bro, I'm not kidding. We started up, we were in a suite, and then we were like, it was so good that we had to go find our way down to the pit. And we did everything we could to get down there. And being in front of him, just like how vibrant his voice is and how just loud and how it's just Chris Stapleton, man. And he's one of those guys too that he'll play 10 songs in a row and you're like, this guy's got crazy bangers. Like every song is a hit, every single one. And his wife is an amazing singer, and the way he talks about her and the way he looks at her, and it's just like this chemistry up there on stage. It's like you're watching a movie. You're watching a movie about this band that just made it from probably nothing. I don't know Chris Stapleton's like upbringing, but it just feels like this guy that's just so humble. He's up there with his family, just singing to like UBS Arena. He just got done playing the show before we went to. He played in LA at the SoFi Center with like George Strait, where it's like they sold out fucking 100,000 seats. So I mean, this guy is doing things that you can't imagine for how simple he is. You know, he's so simple. It's a guitar and it's his voice, and there's nothing to it.
I think we're getting back to that. I think people want simple, at least like in terms of music like that. Like I said it before, but just going up there, like I don't want to go to a pop show where it's like fireworks and craziness and all this like other like big screen bullshit. I just want to watch somebody, and usually a guitar, and just have them rip my fucking face off. And it sounds like Stapleton is that guy. So I'll have to, if he's ever around me, I got to go see him. I'm going on Thursday. I'm flying out to San Francisco. If my head doesn't explode with the sinuses, I'm going to see Dead Company in San Francisco.
Oh,
and Billy Strings is opening one night, and Sturgill's opening the second night.
Holy shit!
Noah Ives, the producer for Chicks in the Office, is doing this big 30 under 30 list that they've been talking about a lot of the podcast. And he was like, I want to go see Dead Company in San Francisco. Needed somebody to go with him. And I was like, dude, I'll go.
Wow.
So I'm going.
I mean, you talk about seeing Dead and Company alone, John Mayer, the whole deal, incredible. And then you're seeing two of your favorite artists opening up for them. That you can't come up with a better situation for you.
When the flyer came out, I was like, I have to go to this. And then it just worked out that Noah was going to go. So I'm very, very excited for that.
Golf is hard, but protein is easy with one Hershey's Double Chocolate. Trent is holding it up right now to the screen as you're seeing on YouTube. Unbelievable how good this tastes. They're made with 18 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar to deliciously fuel your golf game. I had them with me last night. I played a nice little twilight round with my dad. We needed something to hold us over before we went to dinner. It was hot out there. It was steamy. We needed some energy. And we had the Hershey's from one double chocolate bar, 18 grams of protein, only 1 gram of sugar. Only one Hershey's double chocolate is made with Hershey's cocoa. As good as it looks, I'm telling you right now, you see it, you see the packaging, you're like, there's no way that only has 1 gram of sugar. I'm telling you it does. Try one's other delicious flavors, like one Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers, one Hershey's Cookies and Cream, and their iconic one Maple Glazed Donut, and also one birthday cake flavors. So try the new one Hershey's double chocolate protein bar. It's as good as it looks. Trying to get Matt Barzal on the show. I've been golfing a lot with him and went to this Chris Stapleton concert with him. The greatest guy ever. And he just happened to have 2 hole-in-ones last week, in 6 days, 2 hole-in-ones in 6 days. I was like, dude, you got to come on the show and talk about that. These are a couple of guys that don't have any hole-in-ones. We've got 0 to our name.
0.
And you got this guy who looks like $1 billion. I mean, he's walking around freaking looking like Matt Barzal. He's playing at Deepdale. He's with his buddies. I was supposed to golf with him that morning, and I had to bail because I had to be a family man back here. I was like, I'm going to the concert tonight. I can't also golf in the morning. This is crazy. I'm like, you don't get it. Like, I got to do this stuff. He's like, all right, I'm going out with the fellas. Goes out there, gets his second hole-in-one in the week. They said it was the time of their lives at Deepdale. You got both of these at Deepdale, one of the most exclusive courses in the world. Just like some guys just have it all.
If the universe was going to do somebody a favor and give them a hole-in-one, it would be the 2 guys you're looking at right now on this podcast.
Just give us one.
We got nothing going on.
Nothing.
0. Matt Barzal doesn't need hole-in-ones. He certainly doesn't need 2.
I was telling you, like, went to the concert and I showed up and we were like, I stopped at his house. We were going to have just food at his house. We were just having burgers, just a quick little thing before we go to the concert. And he's just like trying on different shirts, walking around looking like Matt Barzal. And I'm sitting there in like a long sleeve tee from Target, like a Goodfellow tee. And I'm wearing like my cool guy pants. And I got a big old pimple next to my mouth or like under my chin. And I got like my hat on weird. And I'm just looking around and like all these just like ripped guys. They probably just went to the gym. They just made hole-in-ones. They're professional athletes. I'm like, God. And I'm like 5 years older than everyone, but I look 10 years younger. It's just I'm sitting there with like a huge gut, my belly spilling over. But I got like skinny arms and they're freaking like tight.
Does this look good? How's this look?
Just like every shirt they put on looks good. It's just like the hair is just like you. I want to do this like, and just like the hair come down. Just like I want to do that where it's just wet and it's just like, when it's wet hair.
It's not happening, and it will never happen.
Strand kind of falls like.
No, I don't. We're so far away from that. Like, yeah, they were like they're changing to different shirts. Like, no one's seen me change in 15 years.
No one's seen me change in 25 years. Dude.
I go to great lengths to make sure nobody sees me change. I move mountains to make sure nobody sees me shirtless.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, man. Oh, and then to make things worse, or not to make things worse, just to add on, Scotty Mayfield, New York Islander, had a hole-in-one yesterday at Meadowbrook Club. So it's like you got these Islanders just finding the hole right now. It's crazy. It might be good. It might be good juju going into a season here.
I was gonna say maybe do that in the regular season. You know what I mean?
I mean, we're finding. Yeah, we're finding it. We're finding the goal. God, the problem is that he's on Vancouver time right now, and who knows what's going on.
The other problem is he's a professional athlete, super hot, has 2 hole-in-ones in the last week, and is like, I'm not going to do a golf podcast.
Yeah, and it's like whatever. When I asked him, it's 7 a.m. their time. He's probably not coming on a damn show. I messed this up. I messed up the timing, so he'll come on. He wants to come on. He's a great guy. He's a great storyteller, and I would really want to hear how he got those 2 hole-in-ones because that's an impressive feat. Oh, and I'd be remiss to not mention this then before we get into a voicemail. Rico Bosco sent us a message months ago, and we never responded. Rico Bosco sent us a message saying his brother made an albatross and an eagle, I think, like back to back.
Really?
And he thinks it's the first time anyone's ever done it. Eagle to an albatross back to back at the Royce Brook Golf Club. Shout out to Rico Bosco's brother.
Wow.
How incredible
That's
is that?
insanely, that's crazy impressive.
There's no way anyone's ever done that before. That's so hard. That's just laser beaming long woods onto greens. Laser
Yeah.
beaming.
True.
Let's get to a couple voicemails, then we'll get out of here. We'll send people off to go watch that Olympic video and get ready for that Golf Dad merch drop.
Hey boys, this is Justin from Ohio. Love the pod, love the content. I just had a question. What do you think the most unique scores on a scorecard on an 18-hole round there's ever been in the PGA Tour? So a guy gets an ace, he gets a 2 on a par 3, he gets a 3, a 4, a 5. What do you think the most unique numbers has there been on a scorecard, and what do you think your guys' most unique number has been on a scorecard? All right,
Wow.
love you guys. Thanks. See ya.
I see what he's saying. Unique as in, like, when you have a 1, that's the only time you can use the number 1.
Oh.
Like, you're saying, like, you have a 1 up there, you have a 2, you have a 3, you have a 4, you have a 5, you have a 6, you have a 7. How many unique numbers throughout the 18 holes have you written on there? Because, like, sometimes I'll look at my scorecard and I've got 9 4s.
Right.
So, like, at the end of the day, I might have only 4s, 5s, and 3s.
Yeah, mine's full of 5s and 6s all the time.
By the way, this is brought to you guys by Truly Hard Seltzer. This from the gallery. Truly Unruly Lemonade combines the high alc fun of Truly Unruly with everyone's favorite lemonade. We've got a bunch of these going to Forest Dunes, by the way. I got a group of 16 going to Forest Dunes, Michigan. We're going to have the time of our lives. Brendan Jones is coming with us, and we are going to be drinking Truly Unrulies. We just put that order in today. We cannot wait to get them. The lemonade let loose, 8% ABV, 100% delicious. 4 supercharged lemonade flavors like Bumpin' Blue Raz, OG Original Lemonade, Punched Up Pineapple, and Wild Pink. And make sure you find Truly Unruly Lemonade at a store near you, or visit www.trulyhardseltzer.com, the official hard seltzer of Fore Play. I'm going to go ahead and say anyone with a hole-in-one, especially he said on the PGA Tour, right? So, like, anyone with a hole-in-one, the PGA Tour is not going to do anything more than like a 5 or a 6, I feel like.
Yeah.
So you got to figure like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say the most you can get is like 5. For a PGA
I don't know, you
Tour
gotta think
pro.
back to some of those Jordan Spieth rounds where he's all over the map. He'll make an 8 in your face.
Right. So then you throw in a 3, a 2, a 4, an 8, a 7, call it, right? And then a 5. My point being, it can't be more than like 5 or 6 for really like anyone.
Yeah, you'd have to be having the weirdest day ever to have like a 1 and a 9. But yeah, I see what you're saying. You're talking about how many of the numbers are unique. Yeah, it's probably 5 to 6. It has to be.
For us, right? Like, we're not doing any better than like birdie, and we're not doing any worse than, call it, 4 over par. So it's like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is like, that's 8 unique numbers. That's the most you can really get. Because that means you have to make one of those. You have to make each one of those. You got to make a quad bogey and you got to make a birdie on the same freaking card, which is not happening.
Unless
I don't think anyone made more than 8 unique numbers on a scorecard. And if you have, send it to me.
Right. Unless you're making like an 11, a 12, a 15. Like, those aren't even real numbers.
Right. But even then, like, if you're making 11s, 12s, and 15s, you're probably making more 11s, 12s, and 15s then.
You're not making any 2s.
No.
I think you're right. It'd be a crazy round to have more than.
I'm going to call it 8.
That would be a lot.
I just did a video that I don't know when it's going to come out. I figure in the next couple of weeks, but since we're just talking about numbers and stuff, I just filmed a video with Brendan where I played a one-man scramble. It came up in the fact that every time you're playing with your buddies or by yourself or whatever, and you hit a bad shot and you drop another ball down and you just hit another one just to see if you can do it, or if you miss a putt, you bring it back, you roll it again, how often that second time you make it. So I wanted to see how much better I would be as a one-man scramble where I get 2 shots from every single spot and I get to pick the best golf ball from the best result from each spot. And I played Colonial Springs where my average is like an 83.9 this year. We looked it up. And it's very interesting to see how much better you can be with 2 shots. And it's still, there is pressure because you hit that first shot out of bounds, just like any scramble, any 2-man scramble, all these events at all these country clubs, all these, member guests and all these things, all these 2-man scrambles, they're still, you got to grind because you hit one bad shot. All right, you have an approach shot. You hit one from 175 yards, or you hit an approach shot from 155 yards. You put one in the left bunker. All right, that doesn't go to show that the next one's just going to go next to the stick. That's
Right.
not like a sure, like, all right, I get a next one, so I'm going to make a birdie now. It's like, no, that next one could be just a duff, or you could hit it long, or you could hit it on the whole wrong side of the green, and now you have a long putt. So it's a grind. You hit one out of bounds off the tee, that next one better be in play, or else you're hitting 3 off the tee. I don't care how many shots you get.
Right.
You only get 2. So
interesting. I think people will be very interested to see what you shoot.
Yeah, I did the I played from the red tees a couple months ago, or whatever it was, almost like a year ago at this point. I don't know how long ago that was, but and that did pretty well. Or if people wanted to see like that different style of like how much better could my game be from a shorter distance. So hopefully this one does well, where people want to see how much better you are with that second chance, like that second team All-American type deal where you're always like, oh my God, if that one counted, I would have gone low today.
Right.
So
that's very interesting.
Keep an eye out for that one. That'll be a couple weeks. Go to another call here.
Hey fellas, this is Aaron from Philly. Just calling in about the dream everybody's been having, and Dr. Laurie on the show talked about it. Since that episode, I have noticed I've had the golf, balls on the tee, can't hit it dream now twice. But in these last couple dreams, I've noticed I've hit the ball, and now the ball is just ending up in a weird spot. The lie's horrible after I hit it. But I'm making contact, and the ball is moving. Since that episode, wondering if anybody else has had the dream since listening to Dr. Laurie, and if there's been any progression.
It's weird he says that because I had a dream and I can't recall specifically what happened in it, but I remember waking up. This was like 3 or 4 days ago. I remember waking up being like, I successfully did something in that dream. I think it was golf related.
Really?
I don't remember what I did. I remember hitting shots and like just having fun in the dream. And I woke up with not much recollection of like what was going on or like understanding, but I remember the feeling of like success. And that was interesting that he said that, because I thought back to our episode and I'm like, maybe I'm just aware of this now, like what she was saying, and I'm like thinking about it a little bit more, like subconsciously. So yeah, it's funny that he said that.
Sounds like Dr. Laurie, she might have unlocked a thing for a whole generation of golf fans listening to this podcast. I can't remember my dreams. I try really hard. I've tried a couple of the things that Dr. Laurie was talking about, and I just, when I'm in them, I feel like they're really intense, and then I wake up and they're gone. I'm very jealous of all you guys who are just remembering your dreams, which you sounds like you don't right now, but you have in the past.
Oh, dude, you know what I was going to say before?
What?
I forgot. So from and I'm not going to give out the name, but just for the listeners to know, our way too early Ryder Cup list has made waves amongst the PGA Tour players.
Yeah, it has.
It's made waves.
Yeah.
I got a text saying that it's going to fuel the fire and that like people are mad that we left them off our list.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. We want to motivate Team USA. And however that happens.
Way too early Ryder Cup list has gotten into guys that are on the bubble, multiple guys that are on the bubble, where they are dumbfounded that we did not pick them.
I like it. If this is what's going to motivate some of these guys to play a little bit better, to make that Ryder Cup team, and to win at Bethpage Black, I think this podcast is very willing to be the villain in that scenario. I think that's totally fine.
I said, like, play better, like just like there's nothing we can do. We did take a couple of leaps with like the Goddard up and like
course.
skipping over Ben Griffin. He was not one of the people, but like skipping over that. Like we made some decisions that are like, all right, we're planting our flag in here for the way too early Ryder Cup list, so no one should take it too personally.
That when I saw it, because you said the text over, at least the one that I saw, that made me happy. I want that guy motivated.
100%. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for stronger, harder erections. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue, and getting hard faster means having more sex. After they dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. Rose Sparks can give you thicker, longer erections than you usually have because they get fuller. Rose Sparks gives you that boost to last longer, so it's more fun for you both, and it's going to stay active in your system for up to 36 hours. Be ready for play with Rose Sparks. With Rose Sparks, you can get the erection that you have always wanted. Rose connects guys with a medical provider, 100% online, so there's no awkward conversations with in-person providers. If approved, treatment ships directly to their door. So connect with the provider today at ro.co/foreplay to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/foreplay, RODOTCO/foreplay for $15 off your first order. Make sure that you get in the Rose Sparks. They're going to stay active in your system for 36 hours. You can go back to back, round after round, the whole entire deal. Be ready with these Rose Sparks. Go to ro.co.com/foreplay for $15 off your first order. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. We are joined by number 13 New York Islanders. First podcast appearance. Is this your first podcast appearance of your life?
I think it is. On camera, I think it is, man.
Matt Barzal, New York Islanders superstar. Obviously, you know my history with the New York Islanders, having a guy like Barzy on the show. Big time get for the guys. Crazy week last week. We got to get into the golf.
Boys.
It's the golf podcast. Barzy, I already talked about it before. Tell us what happened at Deepdale last week, because this is not to be believed.
No, it's insane. So had 2 aces in 6 days. The first one was, you see all the YouTube or the videos like on Instagram, guys getting hole-in-ones, like going insane. The first one that I had was tees were playing 117, so tees were way up. I think I told Frankie a little bit, but and then it was with a caddy from Deepdale, and then two people that I'm friends with, but not like, like super tight with. Anyways, I saw it go in. They didn't really see it go in, so like the celly wasn't crazy. We got up to the green, and then we like, there was a bunch of energy, but
it's not like what you're not envisioning that like. The first one that went in, it wasn't your dream scenario of like everyone's going crazy. The golf course is
man, you see these videos on Instagram and stuff, on Twitter, like these guys are going bananas for fucking the entire hole. They're chasing the green.
Right, that guy Bubby from Good just made his first one. That video is insane.
It's a sprint. It's a dead sprint.
So I'm like, I saw it go down, and like I was ready to like explode, right? And I was playing with like probably a 55-year-old caddy who I just met that day. Great guy, like don't get me wrong, like, all good people. And then the second one was 220 downwind and a little bit elevated, so you could see the whole hole. And I was playing with Kyle McLean and then my 2 buddies down in the city who love to get after
Big country.
it. Love to get after it. Shout out Big Country.
This guy's like Lurch. I told Trent this. Like, if anyone has ever been similar to Lurch, Ben Severance, who used to be on this podcast, who is still in our group chat and reads all of our stuff and has never left the group chat, which I kind of love. Lurch says things like Big Country did, where like wasn't one of the lines that Big Country said was that was the most uninspiring golf swing you'll ever see in your entire life, which is so.
This kid from Boston who's like 20 or 30 going on 65, but just like hilarious. He's 6'7", 260. He's a moose.
Holy shit.
And I played with him like a week ago at Sleepy Hollow. He was 1 under through 8. Then he came to Deepdale and was getting just getting chewed up. And on hole 10, he brings out his like fairway finder iron off the box. fucking ropes one 40 yards into the rough, like to the left, and he just like we're walking up and he's behind us, and all you hear is like real uninspiring, Connor. Real uninspiring. Just like I never heard that line. Anyways, let me get back to the hole in one.
Yeah, so you're with
So
your boys, really.
your first celebration of the hole in one wasn't good enough, so you got a second one.
Well, and even like, not that the celebration wasn't good enough, just like it was late in the day, like, you know, we were just playing like a chill round, like the other three people didn't know each other, so like,
Yeah.
you know, it was a little just different energy, and we still like went in and had like a drink and like, you know, talked about it all night. It was crazy, but tees were up. It was 117, so obviously like my boys are like, that doesn't count, like being, you know, pricks
No.
about it. Then the second one, so we're having a day. And then we're going to Chris Stapleton later that night. Frankie's coming, so we know we're in for like a good night. And yeah, hole 17, 220. The best part of the story is that caddy on 13, we're playing like 165-yard par 3. Caddy on 13 calls me off a 9-iron, gives me an 8, and I go way over the green. And I was like, not that I was like a dick about it at all, right? But I kind of just like gave him like some like shit, just like gentle, right?
Yeah.
And we get on hole 17, and the caddy was devastated about it, boys. Like I get to my ball on hole 13, and he's like, "Come on, baby, give me a good shot for me here. Like that was my fault. That was my fault." I'm like, "Dude, it's all good. Like don't worry about it, right?" And then hole 17, I have 4-iron in my hand, and he goes. And all the boys know that he called me off the 9-iron, and he's like, Barzy, I don't like 4, hit 5. And I was like, Tommy, you did this on hole 13. Like, you know what? I'm like, this one's on you. He's like, trust me, baby, trust me. Grab 5, ace. He explodes. We all explode. Like, we sprint. Like, we just like didn't know how to react. Like the boys told me they hadn't been in a group with one either, and I really haven't either. Like that kind of explosion. Just like jumping up and down, going wild, jumping in each other's arms. Like it was just electric to see it. Like the ball truly disappear, like that far, you know, down to like 220 yards. It was fucking epic.
Oh,
So then we rolled that in. They had like bottle of champagne waiting in the. By the way, hole 8, we get to hole 18. I'm like, hands are still shaking, legs are shaking still. Boys like can't even believe it. I put one in the ground. I hit this drive like literally 700 yards right. And then I'm walking to it, and I literally was about to tell the caddy, like, dude, just leave it. Just leave the ball. Don't worry about it. Like, I'll just whatever, DNF on the hole. And then I'm like, oh my God, dude, that was the ball that I just had the ace on. Like, we gotta go find that thing. So then we went and like hustled over and found it, and yeah, it was a crazy day, man. Then we rolled that into Stapleton, and Frankie met us at our house like right when we got back. Like, Frankie, how about the mood from the boys when we got back? It was epic.
Oh my God, it was
Epic.
It was insane. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just I mean, I was telling them I walk into Matt Barzal's house. You got these two ripped guys with their shirts off, putting on new t-shirts. I'm walking in a long sleeve and my cool guy pants. This guy just made a hole in one. He's like, "Hey, have a burger." I'm sitting there. You guys didn't even realize I had a lactate I had put in. I put a little lactate in so I wasn't farting all night because I was eating a cheesy cheeseburger. So I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I couldn't be more opposite than these guys. It's like everyone's just like high on life, just ready to rock. This guy just made 2 hole-in-ones. I'm looking at these 2 golf balls in front of a Deepdale flag. How is that even possible that that's happening at that club, number one? And number two, to have 2 different hole-in-ones, 2 different holes, to be able to call those like your holes is insane. That's one of the most exclusive courses in the world. And you're just dominating the par 3s there. It's like outrageous if you think about it. So it was hole 17 and hole.
Dude, apparently Scott Mayfield had one yesterday too. Scotty had one yesterday.
Yeah, Meadowbrook. I said the Islanders
what
are
is
just flying the hole right
boys?
now.
Is it
crazy?
This game's getting too easy.
Way too easy.
But yeah, that's just what you get on the island. I mean, I'd be crazy to not talk about, we got Matt Barzal on the show, the island right now. There's a lot of hype right now around the Islanders.
Yeah, there is, man. It's great. I thought we had an insane draft. I thought the 3 kids we got in the first round were all great picks, and I think Matty Schaefer's a complete stud. I saw him play at that rookie development camp. Skates like the wind. wants the puck, sees the game, like big boy. I mean, he's one of those guys where like you can't get until you draft. Like you have to draft a kid like that. Like you can't, because teams don't let guys like that ever go. Like Cale
Yeah.
McCarr's never gonna leave Colorado. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what's going on with Quinn Hughes in Vancouver right now, but those kind of D-men are so. And I feel like to get to that next level as a franchise, you need one of those guys. Like you're always in the hunt when you have a good decor, and him and that Aitchison kid who he just drafted. Just like those two are gonna set up so nicely for the next 15 years.
Yeah, dude, it's all. I mean, I love the fact that you cemented yourself here on Long Island. You could have went elsewhere. You ended up signing a massive extension here, and to that, like to show that commitment to the Islanders, like you're a young, flashy type of player. Like you've got this whole thing going for you, and you pick the Islanders. Like that's huge for the franchise. And now to have these young guys now build around you, because it felt like you guys are good, and obviously I'm always going to talk highly about the Islanders, but like it felt like you were reaching this tipping point of like you're never going to be able to make it to the next level. And I don't know if you agree with that, but it's like now there's like that fire's like starting to get thrown in now. Like the coals are starting to get thrown on the fire. We're starting to build now. I see it from the fans. Like that development camp was sold out 4 days in a row. Like that wasn't happening. Things were starting to teeter off. Like this is what we needed.
Yeah, immediately when we won the lottery there, like I remember Zeker called me, and we were just like, this changes the entire direction of our franchise, man. Just to get like the best player, especially in a draft where like you're getting a stud. Like, who knows if he's generational or not. I obviously hope he is. Like the way he skates, he could be. So, but yeah, I mean they're obviously younger, so it's hard to win in this league as a younger team. But there's definitely a plan in place. I think with these kids coming in, when Schaefer and Aitchison and this Eklund kid and a few of these other prospects too, like Yzerman, Ritchie, and Nelson, like man, 2-3 years from now we could be. I think there's a really bright future for us. So I'm pumped that I'm signed long term, and this kind of thing happened with 6 more years left on my deal. And another thing too is like it's so underrated on the island. Like people don't, and I feel like we've said it so much, but it really is like, I mean, the other day we go play one of the nicest golf courses in the world, and then Chris Stapleton's 10 minutes away, and all the boys stick around. But even aside from that, like UBS Arena is incredible. Our practice facility is wicked. It's tight. You're 30 minutes, 40 minutes from the city, the best city in the world, and everything else like in between. So, and the thing is, like, there's a bright future. Like we got a solid team as well. So, I mean, yeah, I always tell people it's top 10 in the league.
You got Frankie hard as a rock right now.
Oh my God, hard as a rock right now. I mean, it's definitely slept on. It's had its like bad perception of it, but it was the Coliseum, and there was like you just picture Uniondale and like where it was.
The only negative thing is you get tied in with these like nerdy fucking media podcaster guys that like just follow you around, and like that's the only shitty thing. But other than that, it's great.
I was gonna say, I am the flack that comes like
these leeches that just tag along over in the
oh yeah,
like, of all the
you
good
to come
things,
on their podcast. And
it's hard when you become the negative of a city. You know what I mean? Like I am like when guys are coming here, it's like God. Like, I'm already like messaging Schaefer. He's like 17 years old. I'm like, when you coming to Borelli's? Like it's like crazy. It's like I gotta wait until the kid's 18 at least. It's
You're
crazy.
such a creep, man.
How about the fact that this kid hasn't even responded to me? By the way, like I'm checking
That's the
my
smartest
message
thing he's done, dude. It took me a few years too to. Well, you were still. You were with Nelly and all the boys.
Yeah, I did have my little crew there, but now it's the Barzy show. He showed the commitment.
Trent, what's up, big dog? How you been?
I've been all right, just hanging. I've been wiping my nose and my face the whole episode. I got like sinus surgery 3 days ago.
Dude, I was gonna say, I came on and all I could hear is,
dude, fuck.
Well, dude, he'll be doing that after for sure.
Sorry, brother.
No, I'm all right. I mean, I'm not making 2 holes in 1 week, so my life isn't as good as yours, but no, things are good. Things are real good.
Awesome, dude. Where's Riggsy?
Barstool Classic. They're out west right now. Are they at Gamble Sands?
Yeah.
Dude, this place Gamble Sands is insane. It's actually it's in Washington State, out by you.
Is it really?
Yeah, crazy in the middle
I've
of
heard
nowhere.
it's sick. What's the
insane.
setup like? Is it
It's like a stay and play kind of golf course. I think they've got like cabins out there, and it's like in the middle of these mountains, and there's a huge lake. And I mean, the pictures are outrageous. I've never been out there because it's so, like Riggs always takes the West Coast because he's Scottsdale, Arizona time, and we always usually keep the East Coast ones. But yeah, dude, that place is really good. When did golf become like a part of your life? Because you're obviously a pretty good player, but committing to hockey your whole entire life, like when did golf become a thing for you? Was it like did your dad play?
I was fairly young. I feel like I got ahead of the curve when I was a little bit younger. I probably started at, I don't know, 10, and then played a bit. But dude, I'm not kidding. I think I caught the tail end of it as like a younger kid. But man, we were playing hockey like all summer, like spring tournaments in like June, July. My parents were always good. They always like made sure I took a little bit of time off, like, 6 weeks, like at least when I was that age. But man, these kids now are like, I was talking to somebody the other day, 8 sessions a week on the ice at like 10, 11 years old. 8. They're going double days in the summer, man. Like you gotta let your body breathe. It's like anything. Like it's like the guitar. Like you don't play for 2 weeks, you come back and you feel like it's like ingrained in your muscle memory now because you were practicing so much before, right? And then when you're doing it, when you're playing that much, like your quality of practice goes down. I don't even think it actually makes you better, So I feel like I caught the tail end. I was probably on the ice like 4 times a week when I was younger at that age, during this time of year. So I probably didn't play golf from like, I don't know, like 15 to 20, and then you get to the NHL and that's all everybody's doing. So it's like, and then you're like, why was I not doing this for the last 6 years every day?
Yeah.
Because, you get your workout in the morning, you skate, you play at 2, or you play at, you don't skate that day, you play at 10s. So
I was gonna say that 5-year gap's probably why you skipped over just like making the NHL. You're just like, yeah, and then you make the NHL and you start playing more. I think that 5-year gap really helped you probably get to the NHL. No.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
That's true. Best, yeah.
Like I was
best
playing a lot of
5-year gap
14,
ever
then
took.
I got away from the game a little bit. I made the NHL, and then I'm back. It's like that little. Like,
I put my head down. I just picked up hockey for a few years, and then boom, here I am.
No, you got a
But
pretty good
golf's
game. I mean, I
expensive
would
too,
say
man.
that
Like,
you probably have like I would call it a 7-1 record against me or something. I mean, I've never really gotten a win against you, I don't think.
no, you got me good at Rockville with your dad. You needed Frankie Sr. there to carry you along all day, pat you on the back, and then you gave it to me that day.
I think that's my only win against you, which is crazy. Some of these guys, Trent, like you just can't get them. Like
your
Brock,
game
too,
was
like,
your
there's
game
all
was
these-
solid though at
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 years ago. You were not missing. You were shooting consistent 75, 74.
Dude, I've had a real regression. I don't know what it is. I'm like, I can't get in the 70s right now. I feel like I'm playing well, and then I look at my score and it's an 81. Like I'm not shooting those 75, 76s.
Oh,
He's
I
laughing.
know. No. I would love to play you right now as a 5. Love you walking around as a 5 cap right now.
It's the worst place to be.
You've
when
been
you're not
dodging
playing
me,
well.
man. You're always busy. This kid,
I know.
Frankie the Fourth is ruining our friendship on the golf
We're supposed to have a
course.
big summer. I know it's bad. I
He's
mean,
this baby's taking him way too much of his time. It's been annoying.
I will say it's a pretty good spot to use, and I know Trent might have a baby just for this excuse. Is like to be able to say like you've got the baby is a crazy good excuse, man.
Dude, it gets you out of everything.
Everything. Like I'm like, dude, like even at the Stapleton, I missed the whole one because he's like, come golf and let's go to Stapleton, let's have a day. I'm like, I got the baby. We're going to the pool.
Frankie, I was actually thinking about this that day. Do you think you would have exploded if let's say I was kicking your ass that day? I probably would because I was playing.
I would have lost my mind. I would have
You would have lost your mind.
I would have went nuclear.
I know you would. I know.
But I also think you probably don't make the hole in one with me there. I have a different energy. There's something about it.
Yeah. I feel like, I mean, anyone else knew there. It's like the whole day has to happen the exact way it did for it to go.
Yeah.
It's weird like that.
Yeah.
Like he has to call me off the 9-iron.
Yep.
What a
to
redemption
go long,
story.
and then you know what I mean.
redemption for Tommy's crazy.
Tommy, I'm telling you boys, I've never seen a caddy like he wanted us like he wanted he's like, he loves hockey. Like he plays, like I got him a couple sticks for his beer league, and like he's a complete beauty. I ask for him every time I'm there. He's one of the best. And man, he was so upset at himself when he called it off. Like he's like, come, like, oh, on the back of the green, I had to make a chip, and then I chipped it long, hit a shitty chip, and like made
Oh,
bogey, and he was like fucking so upset. And then for us to have, he got a great tip at the end. He's a gem. So I would say that's one thing. Deepdale's got like the best perk on is like their caddies are. You never get it. You always get good caddies there.
Well, it's an
Every
elite
guy's
club,
a good guy.
Like guys want to be working there. Is good members, and like storied club. You got to have good guys, and those greens are so outrageous that I feel like if you're not a good like green reader there, you're in trouble, and you'll get exposed pretty quick there because those
Have to have a
greens are,
caddy on those greens.
yeah.
The crazy thing is though, when the first one happened, like after that, you believe that everything has a chance. Like I hit one like 2 days later, and it was like a blind pin or blind. You couldn't see the cup over a bunker, and it was tracking, and my heart was racing when I got over. I go, that could be in. Like usually, if you don't have one or like it's been a long time, that there's no chance it's in. It's probably long or it's in the shit. I hit that day. My hands were like getting a little weak, like walking up, like, and then and it took a while to get over there,
and then you make one.
It was 4 feet, whatever, but.
oh,
Once it goes down, you believe like it can go down. It's crazy. Even like my buddies the other day, like on the golf course, they're 20 handicaps. They're like, today's the day, boys. I'm getting one today. I'm like, no, you're not.
Dude, I mean, after making that second one, any ball in the air has a chance to go in now.
yep.
You like for the next couple months, you'll be on hole in one alert. Like you'll just feel like you can find the cup.
Dude, it's hilarious. My two buddies yesterday, my buddy hit one blind hole again. He hit one towards the pin. And he couldn't see it, and he wanted to sprint up the entire fairway of the hole. I'm like, but it's not down. This doesn't just happen.
No.
Oh, it was a crazy week. Just wild to see it go in. Man, we chat GBT'd it. Amateur golfer, 101 in 158 million
to get two
to do it in a week.
Oh,
What? I think Tour was 1 in 1.3 million. And then I see this like side comment, Brian Harmon had 2 in 1 round.
Oh,
yeah.
Did you see that? Have you seen that?
I think that was pretty recently, actually.
That was pretty recently.
2 in 1 round.
2 in 1 round is like
2 ones on the card.
Waggling hole in ones.
That's
but yeah, it was just epic week.
What would you say you're better at, golf or pool?
I'd say there's that's a good question, Frankie.
Well, I for people that don't know a lot about your hobbies, like you're a big pool guy, a big golf guy, you play the guitar. Like I want people to get to know Matt Barzal a little bit.
Love pool.
You're always at like the pool bars in the city. You're always like just like you spend nights there, right? Like you just love pool. You love getting into different games, and like I've never got into that culture. And I mean, people love it. Like Joe Rogan, that's like how he spends all of his time. Is just like going to billiard rooms and figuring out different games and stuff. Like you've always played pool. Like how'd you get into that?
That was kind of me and my dad's thing growing up. We had it's called Q World in Coquitlam, where I'm from, up the street, and we'd always go up there, and that was like kind of our hangout. We'd go up there for like 3-4 hours. He used to kick my ass, man. My dad's like, I feel like all those guys in the 80s that were like going to bars and driving like Camaros, like all they did was play pool. And so we'd go up there and we would play all the time. And then that spot in the city, man, is so much fun. Amsterdam Billiards, like we get those tables that are sawed off. You been down there with me, Frankie, or no?
No, I've never been there yet.
Oh man, you got to get down there. We'll play 3-4 hours, just hang out after games. Like me and a couple buddies will go in. Like you don't even have to go in. It's not like that's my kind of scene too. It's not like loud music or like clowns in there like running around. It's just like very very subdued crowd, and my boys will just go in. We'll play for 2-3 hours, just rip pool and I feel like, yeah, I've gotten pretty good over the years. I would say I'm probably a better golfer overall.
Yeah.
Pool's tough, man. There's so many sharks. Like, you go down there. There's one guy that we play with. Dude, it's funny that pool hall has a club pro,
No
like a
way.
golf course. It's weird, right? This guy, this like big Scottish guy he's like 6'5" monster. Man, I think he was top 10 in America. Like it's wild to see a guy that good, like just clean up a rack immediately, leap, like control the white ball like it's on a string, and the way we like even the games though, because sometimes he'll hop in and play. Like, we get to choose what hole he has to put the 8-ball in
Oh my god.
when he gets there. So we'll like he'll be short sided on the middle pocket, and we'll be like, we'll give him the hardest pocket ever. And man, he'll give it a good run like every time. So it's fun seeing guys like that. And then just my boys down in the city, like they all love pool too. It's pretty universal game, man. I don't know a lot of people that like don't like just hanging around the pool table. I wish it was a little more convenient, like time wise, so like I could get more of my teammates out play. But a couple of them been down there before, and dude, it's the best time. Amsterdam billiards.
I think it's hard. I want to get good at it, and I want like one at my house, but it's such a space. Like it
I
takes up
know.
so much space.
Yeah.
Like I remember we like redid
It's
our
not
garage.
just the
I'm like,
table too.
the table, and then you need all that space.
You need
for
so much space.
Like I remember talking to Hannah about it, and she's like, "You're taking up the whole house with the pool table. Like it's chaos. I need to get one of those little mini ones. You ever have the mini ones that like it's like the little sticks and you play?
You cannot have that at 30 fucking 2 years old, man. It's a 6-year-old game.
I love that. I actually might order that on Amazon right now.
And the ones at Amsterdam too are like pro regulation size.
Oh wow.
So it's not like the ones at the house where it's smaller. I think those
Yeah.
are like 6x7. These are 6x8. This is like the real deal down
It's
there.
legit.
Dude, I
Yeah.
played in
Dude, we saw-
Ireland with this like castle we were staying at, and they had an old school like 500-year. Well, it wasn't pool. It was that like UK game. It's got like you play all the red balls, and it's like a
snooker.
snooker. Dude, that thing was double the size of a pool table I've ever seen. You actually have to use that little like there's like a stick that you rest.
Yeah.
Because you can't reach.
Right.
No, dude, check out after the pod. Check out Ronnie O'Sullivan snooker highlights. This guy is he doesn't miss. He'll go the entire. That'll be what 30 balls. He goes every like buries everyone.
Ronnie
Psycho.
O'Sullivan.
Ronnie
Brendan, can you pull up
O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan real quick?
I want to watch
Best
one Ronnie
snooker player.
O'Sullivan highlight.
Just let me see a couple go in here. What a name.
It's a funny
Not-
Irish dude too. Like he's a beauty. I've gone down some rabbit holes with pool, trying to learn. But dude, even like there's techniques and stuff too. When that guy he'll come over and play with us. Like I'll be like, dude, show me how to hit those shots or like control the white ball, this and that. And it's like golf. There's like like keeping like things tucked. I don't know what the equivalent would be, but it's like there he is. But it'd be like having your right eye over the cue. Like and then like staying down on it like a putt, like you know what I mean. It's just different stuff like that. It's super technical.
Dude, look how big this table is, by the way. Ronnie O'Sullivan rolls a 6 snooker ball.
He looks like Liam from Oasis.
He does look like Liam from Oasis.
How sick is that?
Oh,
People
the
coming to
comeback.
watch you play pool, hit cut shots.
Look at this guy.
Look, he does look like fucking Liam.
Yeah, he does.
I don't even feel like that video is doing the how small like the actual red and white balls are. Like,
Dude, this isn't. Yeah, I mean, look at him. Look at this guy.
Center cut every single
This guy's a
time.
machine. Even the way he's walking around, like, look at this guy hounding these balls like he's a predator.
predator.
Dude, how much of because you're such a unique hockey player with like your style, how much of that is just like off the top of the head, like stuff that you're just doing like reactionary, as opposed to like, I feel like a lot of sports are very much like structure based, where like like a football player takes a certain amount of steps back, like a quarterback takes a certain amount of steps back, a couple steps forward, throws the ball. Like
Yeah.
stuff like off the top of your head, where you're like doing constant spins and throwing things off the half wall and like giving it back to yourself.
Right.
Like how much of that's just like off the top of your head and stuff
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like planned out, I guess. I don't really know how to ask it.
I would say it's all top of the head, man. I think that's the best part about hockey is that it's so reactionary. You know what I mean? So, and also I feel like you have to have a certain toolbox to be able to do some of those things. You know, everyone's got a different toolbox with skills and you know what they can do on their edges and hands and certain things. But I just say, growing up, you know, my idols were like Patrick Kane, Crosby, and Datsuk, like Claude Giroux, and you watch those guys play so creative. Like I was obsessed with Patty Kane growing up. He's the way he was stick handling, because I would say he was the most revolutionary player in a weird way because the way he stick handled was just so different. Sid was such a bull, Crosby's such a bull, where you know it's almost hard to emulate it because he's like so thick and skates so like he's just and he got that straight blade. Like he does things that no one can do. Where Patty Kane was a little more like relatable with having soft hands and being creative and being like a little smaller guy, like dodging checks and being slippery. So those guys, same with Datsuk, like very unique style, skill, deception, saucer passes, backhand. Just and I watched those guys religiously growing up. Like I was on YouTube watching their highlights and I was watching their games at night. Like, you know, I was just obsessed with hockey. So I'd say just put all that into maybe just even my like personality being a little bit, you know, like I guess high energy and
Flashy.
I don't know. I just yeah. I love being creative. Anything I do, anything I do. So I don't know. It's hard to like explain that kind of shit sometimes, you know, because it's so reactionary in a game that I don't say before the game like, "Hey, Bo, I'm gonna, you know, fake a
Yeah,
pass this way and then come down and hit you." It's more like it just presents itself, and that's just how I react. You know what I mean? That's
totally.
that's the cool thing about hockey, man. It's so reactionary. There's nothing like it's so fluid. The game.
Yeah,
You can't be a dummy out there, man. Like
Right.
it's the puck is moving too fast. There's too many big bodies out there in a tight area. Man, if you're out there when watching from the bird's eye view, fans are, you know, shoot, you know, make this play, make this play. It's like you come down at ice level, man, there is no room out there.
yeah.
No room. So it's just it's a crazy it's so fun to be out there, man. I haven't been skating like as much as I usually do in the summer right now, just coming off my injury. I'm trying to still just like it's fully healed and everything and I'm feeling solid, but just not I still got some time, so I'm using the time that I have, right? And it's been hard, like not getting on the
Yeah,
ice every single day and having to go out, you know,
make hole in
stick handle in
ones.
my flip flops and do that kind of shit. So, um, but yeah, man, I miss it for sure.
You say the fans scream and shoot. I feel like that's one thing that like you always get because you do make so much space and you hold onto the puck for so long because you're so creative. Do you ever feel like that impacts like what you're like? Do you ever like almost feed into that where you're like, I almost have to take a little bit of that and do more of the shooting, or do you like the way that you kind of handle the puck? Because I feel like that's like the only thing that people say about you is that like you
Here's
hold
another
on to
thing.
it.
Here's another thing that I'll address is that
I love this.
man, in practice, you come down with no defenders, no nobody, and you shoot on Ilya Sorokin or one of these NHL goalies. I'm like, people think, oh, it's a grade A chance, a guy right in the slot. Dude, that shot in practice with no traffic in front goes in maybe 2 of 10 times. Maybe.
Right.
Guys go practices those scoring on some of these goalies, man. You can't just walk in and shoot and score.
Right.
So what's the point sometimes?
Yeah.
You know, to shoot like it's
No,
you
I
got to
feel
make them move. You got to make them move, and I'm the one handling. So if I can, you know, sell shot and pass, that has a better chance of going in.
right.
How many goals are scored off one timers? How many goals are scored off, um, you know, give and goes, like quick give and goes, or you know. So there's so many different ways to score, but you can't just like walk in and shoot and expect like Vasilevsky. He's 6'6".
Yeah.
There's no net. You can't just like walk in and shoot. You need traffic. It's got to be the right timing. So, I mean, I do think there's a nice balance. Like maybe I can shoot, but you know, it's not just easy to go like just shoot and score. You got to have traffic. You got to have there's certain things that have to line up. And at the end of the
Totally.
day, that's just my game. Like I love to pass. I love to control the puck, and you know, I get it. I maybe should shoot some more. People tell me that all the time, but you know, I trust me, I'm looking to shoot.
I mean, that's always been my argument where it's like if he thought he could score, he would just shoot it because he's a professional hockey player and he won the Calder, and the guy's got the skill to put the puck in the net. Like if he sees a better opportunity, he knows the game better than we do watching it. So if he sees an opportunity in his mind to score somewhere else, he's going to go for that. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. You also don't score every single time you make
Yeah,
a chance. You have a chance. So I think it's great. I think it's complementary to what the team needs. You need different guys with different roles. Like you need guys doing
exactly,
certain
dude.
things.
You
Like,
watch like Bo has one of the best shots in the league. He's got a top 5 shot in
dude,
the league.
that
I
little
am
like bumper shot thing he does is like one of the best in the league. I mean, it's when you are down below the net and you're making all your moves and he's waiting for you and you guys make that connection, that quick one-timer, and he just finds the top of that
he
bar and
wires
just
it.
wires it.
Yeah.
Like dude, the commentary can't even keep up. Like they're like goal. Like they don't even know what just happened.
No,
He shoots before it's like a blink of an eye.
yeah, and he's the kind of guy like I want him shooting whenever he can because his shot's so good. Like my shot is good, but you know, it's not like Bo's got a top 5 shot in the league, I think. When you watch this guy shoot in practice,
It's nasty.
he rips it. But that little play, like, why would I not just, every once in a while, sure, somebody might get frustrated that I didn't maybe shoot one from the half wall because I tried to make a pass to him, but that's the best option out there.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm looking that has a 50-50 chance when I hit him in the slot. Like I truly think it's going in every time,
He's
Like he
getting
just
back there. He's
wires it.
smiling, thinking
So
about it. He wants to get back out there so fucking bad. I don't want to keep you for like an hour here, but I do want to get to another thing.
whatever,
real
man.
quick.
I got nothing to do.
Dude, when you were in the All-Star game, didn't you match up with was it Sid and who else? What was that 3-on-3
Sid and Letang.
Sid and Letang, like what was that like? Like, do you have any stories of like playing with Sid? Because you just said like he was one of your idols. Obviously, he's every guy in your
Yeah,
like, age
yeah.
group title. What was that like playing with him that week?
It was the coolest thing ever, man. Seriously. I don't know how I was probably 22, maybe 23, and I walk into the dressing room and I'm sitting beside him and Claude Giroux, who I just mentioned, was like my 2 guys growing up. Um, both like kind of, 5'11" guys, like, centers. So I wanted to be like them. And then Sid's just the coolest guy, man. He's just so, I haven't seen a ton of, like, obviously been around him a bunch, but he's just Sid, man. He's just does his own thing. He's not trying to impress anybody, not trying to be cool. He is just cool. But on the ice, there was a pass he hit me um, with like 2 seconds left. I kind of like took my foot off the gas for the end of the period or whatever, end of the 10-minute segment. And all of a sudden, like this guy just whips a backhand from like the corner onto my tape back door, and I kind of flubbed it. And I remember thinking like, dude, I cannot believe I saw that the play was open, but like, so I thought, I just didn't think it would be coming, right? I'm not used to like having that boom right on my tape. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm so sorry. I didn't put that in. Like I just did not expect that to come. That was cool. And then Claude Giroux had a great line too. Like we were on the bench, and I think that was like the first year it was $1 million, right? The winner
Yeah.
of the thing got $1 million, and Claude goes hard in those things. Like, and so do I. I mean, I why not, right? And he was basically just on the bench, like, listen, boys, I don't need the money, but I want it. Like, let's go fucking get it. Like, and we ended up winning, and yeah, it was epic, sick,
That's
so much fun.
Yeah, it's just these like larger than life guys that like just somehow make their way into these leagues and like they were able to elevate themselves amongst all their peers. There's like a couple of them. There's a handful of guys in all these different
Yeah.
sports. It's crazy, right? Like to make guys around them that are at an all-star game still like look at them in a different way. you've got guys in baseball like that. You've got like, you know, the Tom Brady's, the Michael Jordans, the Tiger Woods. Is like the way you guys talk about these other players is like really it's hard to wrap your brain around that someone can get to that level.
That's cool. I think it's a cool hockey culture thing, though. You know, like idolizing kids when you're younger, or guys when you're younger, and then just having like such respect for them when you get there. I feel like
Yeah.
other sports are a little different than that sometimes. But in
Yeah.
hockey, I feel like it's that way. You know, you get on the ice or you meet them, and it's just there's just respect. Like that's a guy that I wanted to be like growing up. I'm not going to get here and just, you know, be too cool for school. So
Right.
I was like hanging. The coolest thing for me being, you know, a hockey, like just loving the game, is going there and seeing guys different sticks, like flex, what their curves like, what they do with their tape, even just seeing it up close and personal. Like you see it on TV and you know what it looks like, but then you get there, you're like, it is what I thought it was, you know? So super cool. Just I would always try to grab sticks from the All-Star game, and you know, Claude, Sid, when I was younger. You just try to get everybody, you know. The one I didn't get, which I'm so upset about, is a Pavel Datsyuk stick.
Ooh.
We played against him in the World Championships the year after he retired from the NHL, and I got a picture with him after the game, but I never got a stick. I didn't want to ask. Just, you know, I should have, because when am I going to be back in Russia playing with Pavel Datsyuk
Never
ever again?
What was special about his? Was his like really curved on the toe?
His was so flat and
Oh, it's flat.
and long, like long blade, kind of like Draisaitl now. But he just had he was just so sick. That's why, you know, he's why I wear 13.
Oh, wow.
I loved his game. Yeah.
What didn't like Yager have like a boomerang?
Yager's got this big fat bend on it with a big square toe. I feel like because I've seen a bunch of his stuff. He kind of changed through the years. He changed his curve a bunch. I heard he's a nut when it comes to his sticks. So he was changing his curves all the time. I know when he was with Pittsburgh, he had a different one. Then he was with Jersey, he had a big hook, and yeah. I know all the curves, man.
I love that. I love it. I mean, yeah, I never grew up like with hockey like that, but like with baseball, I remember like obsessing over like bats and like seeing what guys had, like the weight of them. Like you would hear like a certain guy would have a certain weight of a baseball bat, and it would like blow your mind. And I remember my cousin caught a Derek Jeter bat during a game, and it was pretty much intact, right? And just a little splinter, like he kind of like broke the bat and it went that way. And they had it at the house, and I remember picking it up, and it was like a 32 ounce. And I'm like, this is what I use in Little League. Like it was light.
No way.
And I'm holding on to this Derek Jeter bat, and the pine tar is still on it. That like
That's
black
sick.
iconic Derek Jeter bat, like so sick, but like super light. And then you would
You
hear
guys still
guys
have
like,
that? You still have that, Frankie?
I mean, I don't have it, but it's at my cousin's house. Yeah, sick.
That is fucking sick.
They ended up getting it signed too. They went to spring training. And it was like Derek Jeter. It's nuts. But I think like Gary Sheffield used to use like a 40 ounce. Even the way he would freaking fling that thing around. Brendan, look up real quick. Gary Sheffield weight of his bat. I think this thing was a freaking log. Like he was swinging a tree trunk up there.
There were a couple guys like Frank Thomas, I feel like, used a big one. Sosa might have used a big one.
Were you a big baseball guy? I mean, you grew up in like
I'm so out of the loop on baseball, man.
Yeah.
Although I'm wearing a Yankees hat right now. Like
you look good.
I love the Yankees. I'll cheer for the Yankees and the Mets, but
oh, he was light. Who am I thinking of?
Dude, the thing too, Frankie, the thing too, like these guys, I mean, obviously you've seen them up close and personal. Like, bro, they're 6'4", 250.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Using bats that what your 8-year-old self was using?
I know.
Like
this guy used a 48 ounce bat. Babe Ruth used a 52 ounce bat. Oh my God.
You got a tree trunk out there.
Dude. Yeah, that is crazy that the typical weight of in the modern day baseball bat is 31 to 36, which is what it is in high school and Little League. I mean, maybe not Little League, but like once you turn, 14, 15, you're using a 32 ounce bat, no problem. Wow. All right. I was wrong.
Crazy.
I'm wrong about a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Baseball just. I mean,
Well,
I like
you're
the
West
sport. I like
Coast
all
Canada,
sports.
it's
Don't get me
like-
wrong. I know, like there's no baseball.
Who are you
here.
gonna
I
watch? The
played-
Mariners? Ken Griffey never caught your eye?
Dude, I was so just blinders on with hockey.
Yeah.
Played lacrosse a bit growing up. Like love lacrosse too. If lacrosse made the same money as hockey does, I might have been a lacrosse player.
You loved it that much.
I love lacrosse, man. It's just at the end of the day, like, come from a pretty, mediocre income family, and
Just ground. Yeah. Yeah. It's
we
just an
we
easier sport.
we needed to go down the hockey road. Also hockey was, my first like I loved hockey more, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying if
No, I think that's a pretty
lacrosse,
common thing with hockey players. I think a lot of you guys love lacrosse. I mean, it's huge here on Long Island. That's a huge conversation about like growing.
dude,
Like
it's huge.
we have Frankie, and like I want to put him in all these sports. I want to put him in hockey. I want to put him in all these things. I mean, I want to put him in hockey so that like Matt Barzal can be his coach or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we'll get
him turning on a dime.
Like I told it to Hannah, I'm like, you don't think we're gonna put this kid into hockey? Like he should grow up playing with the Martin twins. Like Maddie just had
Dude,
2 twin boys. Like Frankie should be on that team for the rest of his life. Like this kid's gonna be dialed. He's gonna be going to Northwell with Uncle Matt, freaking teaching him how to
oh my
stop on a
God.
dime.
I can't wait till Frankie the fourth misses a back check or misses like a wide open tap in, and Frankie Sr. is coming unglued in the stands, walking out the exit door.
I just had a conversation. My dad and I went out for a Twilight last night, and I was sitting in the car with him. I'm like, it's like, how did you decide what kind of parent you were going to be, like in terms of sports? Like, is it something that you went into it with, like you were going to be really on top of me, or did you see I was just pathetic and you're like, I'm just going to let him do his thing? You know what I mean? Like, but there's like certain guys, like kids that I grew up with, their dads were super on top of them, and if like they struck out 3 times in high school baseball, you had to walk home, like shit like that. Like there was like. And my dad was never like that. He gave me all the opportunities in the world, put me on every single team, let me do my thing. But it was never like that, like down feeling. I would almost tell him like, I'm pissed at the way I played. You're not. Like I would almost get in fights with him about that. And I'm like, I think I'm going to struggle with my kid because I'm on it, dude. Like I'm like pretty fiery. And
you're
like,
a fucking nut, dude.
I'm a nut. So I'm like, how do I almost asked him for like advice. Like I'm like, how do you know what to do? Like if I put him in hockey and he like, I don't want to be that psycho hockey dad, like banging on the glass, getting kicked out of fucking pee-wee hockey.
No,
because you were probably around a lot of crazy. You were around a lot of crazy people growing up. You played some high level sports at a young age.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Nuts.
It's insane, man. It's even worse now. Like these. I mean, you'd probably hear it better from some of the other guys that have kids in hockey right now, but yeah, like I don't know. They just go nuts. I feel like I don't know. Your dad's super chill. Like you I could see you fucking losing your mind. Like
I know.
The AAA 8-year-old hockey championships would mean the fucking world.
The world.
You need that gold medal.
I know. Especially with hockey. It's the sport I didn't play and I fucking love it. I love everything about it. I love the smell of walking into a hockey arena. I love the lights. I love the way it makes me feel. I still have that same feeling that I did when I was like 5 years old going to games. Like I that love, like I still have it for baseball too, but like that love of people that walk, you hear the stories like walking into Wrigley Field or Fenway Park and like you see the green and you see the big monster and you just remember that. Like I have that with the Nassau Coliseum. There's something about it, like the dimly lit arena and like the green seats. And it was just like grimy and like something about it. I can't get it out of my head. I'm obsessed with the sport. I'm obsessed with the sounds. I'm obsessed with the way stopping on the ice sounds, that like screeching halt, or sometimes you guys just get it where it's so fucking pure. The snow that goes up on the glass, the crisp passes, dude. There's nothing like
that's the best.
When you guys go out there for like morning skate and like there's no audio in the arena. There's no music. There's no fans. And like those pucks hit the ice when like that first guy goes out there and he hits them onto the ice, that pyramid of puck.
Yeah.
He hits them onto the ice. That puck, that rubber on ice sound, and then the stick handling, and then you snap one to the next guy comes out of the locker room. There's no better sound in the world to me.
Oh, it's cool, man. Yeah, it's sick. Like even just the like little Frankie's got to play hockey, man. Just even be in the dressing room and like hanging out in that environment. That's the best, dude. Growing up, like you just have so much fun in like a sacred, locker room, dude. It's just it's like that. But the thing that I miss the most when I go out, I haven't been out in a while, and I go out, is just ripping like when you're playing with guys in the NHL that are just like, can pass the puck, and you guys are just zipping passes like right on the tape in motion and just throwing some sauce on it. Like that is
The best.
so fun to do, man.
We're getting
When it's
horned
just when
up
you're
right
playing
now.
with guys, like when you're playing with guys, what's up?
So I'm getting horned up right now. I love this shit.
Yeah. When
I
you're
live for
just
it.
when you're playing with guys at that caliber too, it's like as if, I don't know, like 4 plus 3 handicaps are going out that day, or like 4 like PGA Tour pros are going out messing around, and they're all just gonna shoot. Like everything is just like down the middle, down the middle, down the
Pure.
middle, wedge,
Yeah.
wedge. Like, it's just when you get like that caliber of whatever sport together, it's so fun. But Frankie, you're right. That shit's just the best, dude. Coming out like for warm-ups is fucking sick. Like just that kind of
So
stuff. And
good.
I feel like every guy, like, they might see that or like, oh, like, whoa, but every guy in the NHL can relate to that. Like every guy knows that stepping on for warmies is the best. Like, see, when Zeker knocks those pucks off and you pick a
Oh,
puck up and you shoot it, like it's sick. Like it's sick.
you guys are flying
Period.
around, hair blowing out in the wind, and hopefully I'm seeing the lettuce back there. We're gonna be seeing a new Barzy hopefully this year.
We'll see.
No
We'll
more
see.
buzz cut, man. Like you always put it into sport mode.
The buzz cut is great. Don't
No, come on,
Yeah.
no more, dude. I can't.
No, the
You're
buzz
not
cut is for.
Barzal. When you take your helmet off, you can't have a fucking
Dude,
Trent has a buzz cut.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like,
Buzz cut is for guys like me who can't
that's-
grow it.
It's
If
a
you can
slap in
grow
the
it,
face,
grow it.
dude. It's honestly
wanna see it.
disrespectful. It's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful.
You
It's,
can
it's
grow your
cultural
hair.
appropriation of my
Look at
culture.
this. Look, I got nothing.
That's
like,
true, Frank.
I can't, like, my hat, my forehead's so big, my hat creates a fucking line. I get no blood to my hair. I can't grow my hair out where it's like, I want to do that, dude. Like, come on, man.
I
Dude,
get no blood to my hair.
Frankie, because it means so much to you, man, no more buzz cuts this year.
Come on.
Wow.
Confirmed.
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 No,
Breaking
dude, like,
news.
well, obviously, like we had that short hair.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, man, I liked it. I like the buzz cut. And dude,
Look-
it's such a good feeling waking up and just like having to do nothing with your hair.
No.
And-
well,
and
the
bro,
cross you bear, Matt
I like the
Barzell,
way
you
it
got to
looks,
put a
so
little product
fucking
in
fuck
there.
you.
Sorry that you got to wake up a little earlier and put a little product in your perfect, glorious hair. Commit to
How
it.
about- All right, Frankie. All right. What? How? Like, I'm bringing you to the barbers next fucking week, and you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want.
Keep it.
I liked the buzz cut, dude. I liked it. I liked the way I felt, and I like the way it looked. Fuck it.
I'm not
Fuck
saying you
you.
look
How's
bad.
that? Fuck
I'm
you.
just,
How's that?
I'm just Barzy. I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm just saying when I think of Barzy, I think of the hair flowing out of the back. Like that's who you are to me. Now I'm not you.
I get
so
it.
However you feel. I mean, if you feel good out there, let's buzz that thing down to the bone. I want Barzy feeling good. I want 13 flying out there. Put it into sport mode. It is what it is. Like you can go back on what you said here. You can put it into a buzz cut. I'm just letting you know. I like to see the hair flow. I like it when.
No,
it's dripping.
and it will be, Frankie. It will be.
All right.
Trust me. I'm excited to have it be able to let it fly.
Well,
The
dude,
buzz
we
cut
asked-
was weirdly like, go a game or two without like point.
Yeah.
Boys have lost like 2 in a row. It's like, give me the razor. Let's go.
All right, well that's good. So if we see Barzy go with the Clippers all the way down, we know that he's trying to change something up.
We're trying to change something up for the boys.
All right, dude. Well, I
else
asked
we
you
got?
for 15 minutes and you gave us fucking 55. So that's the kind of guy you are.
That's dude. I got on the pod, Frank. Frank. When we get on the pod that like
We're just gonna talk.
we're
man.
just gonna be yapping.
Yeah. You're good at it, man. I mean, like people want to hear
Trent,
this.
how's the golf? Trent,
side
how's
of
the
it.
golf game? Give me a quick update.
It's pretty good right now. I mean, we did this series that's actually coming out this week. One of them is we played at Olympic and then we played at Cyprus, which was crazy.
Dude, by the way, the Cypress thing fucking sick.
Crazy.
How was
So
Olympic?
crazy.
So there was a guy at this like boys trip that I was just on, and he was shredding Deepdale because he was like, there's buildings, like small buildings and like behind it. I'm like, dude, that's not the lore of Deepdale. Like
Yeah.
You got to forget about that. There's no one out there. There's like, it's quiet. Like you're in your own world for a minute. He's like, I'm at Olympic in San Fran. I'm blah, blah. And I heard it's incredible. Don't get me wrong. It's the real deal though.
It's dope. It's really hard when we played it. They got the USAM there later this year, and they said they had the rough grown out like it'll be Sunday at the USAM. And I mean, people are going to watch the video, but it's hard, but it's a really, really cool golf course. If you ever get the chance to play it, you obviously got to do it. But my game right now, it's actually okay. I mean, we've been playing hard golf courses right now, so kind of been kicking my ass, but I feel good about my game. We got to do a breaking 85 here pretty soon because, yeah, I feel good. I'm not making 2 holes in one in a week, but I feel pretty good.
The thing
Trent,
about our game,
how was Frankie's drive on that par 3 at Cypress? He was fucking raving about it.
We haven't talked. Well, it hasn't come out
Frankie
yet.
comes in.
It hasn't come out yet.
In the day I have my ace. What?
It hasn't come out yet, so no one knows.
All right, well, cut it then off the record. But
yeah.
Frankie comes in. That day when I had the second ace, comes in. He tries. I'm like, we sell it. Oh yeah, you should have seen this par 3 that I drove. We're all like, dude. I was like, I don't give a shit, man. I made an ace today.
No, yeah, we can't talk Cypress yet because that hasn't come out. But that's a good promo. We have the Olympic Club coming out tomorrow, so that'll be people will go watch that. Not as good at golf shots in that, but I mean, our games are. When people ask like how our games are, it's like our videos show that our games aren't great because like we really aren't putting up fantastic numbers. Like Trent in particular, like Trent will go out there shooting 88, and like that's not anything special to like the general viewing public. But when you think back to where Trent started, like Trent didn't have that just natural golf ability to just like pick up a club and be able to like break 100. Like he shot a 144 at Bethpage Black, our first like video there. like to go from like he just didn't have it. Like his swing was just like a huge slice, like coming out to in, like he didn't have any distance. Like so to go a couple years in. And obviously we get like all the clubs and all the access to the golf courses and teachers and stuff. But like to shave off, like to go from like a 144 to like an 87 is like pretty impressive. And to watch him get to the point where like he's hitting good drives now, like consistently right down the middle. His irons are going further. He's putting better. Like it's all relative, I guess, is what my point is. Like it's
I think the best thing I've ever done on a golf course is shoot 104 from the tips at Oakmont. Like that's as good as it's going to get.
Yeah,
you take me out there 10 years ago, I legit shoot 350.
Yes.
So that is where it's changed the most, where it's like I can just go play the hardest golf course in the world from as far back as you can and almost break 100. That I feel pretty good about.
Dude, guys grind at this sport for 30 years and can't get better. Like you find like sometimes you just hit these walls. Like right now I'm getting worse, it feels like. You go through these ups and downs.
That's because you got a kid to take care of now, man. Everyone knows that.
I wish that was the excuse. I just can't hit my driver right now. It's fucking
the only guy in the world that's gotten better at golf with the amount of kids he's had is Cal Clutterbuck.
Yeah, or Scotty Scheffler. Scotty Scheffler had a kid and won like 9 times.
True.
Yeah.
Clutter
How
had
good is he right now, man?
Clutter had a tough one at the New York State Open, though. I actually haven't talked to him. I kept track of him. He didn't do the best. I don't think he did as good as he wanted to. I heard it was really hard, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was, man. Dude, there was guys that I play with over at Deepdale who are like the best ball strikers I've ever seen in my life up close. Like, how are you not on the tour good? And the first round, like each of them were like 4 over.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dude, I know Glenn Oaks. I was like, bro, you guys are gonna shoot like 6 under.
Yeah.
And then I guess it was just playing super long. Man, it just comes down to those guys are polished. Like these pro guys are so polished, man. Like they just
Clutter hits the ball better than like anyone I've been around that's like not on tour. The way that he strikes it is better.
Clutter hits it. Yeah, he hits it so well. But dude, it's like those guys have 50,000 more swings.
Yeah,
because they've been able to play more 200,000 more swings, like 500. That's so much consistency in your game, and like sure we can Clutter, like we can do it consistently, but those guys are just in their sleep, but eyes closed, sticking at 9 irons and 8 irons and 7 irons, and but it was sick to see him out there, man. We went out there and watched. That was like my first golf tournament I've ever like been around for. Just we walked around, watched a few holes, and it was sick to see him out there. Sick.
That is sick, dude. Fucking this guy.
He nuked the drive too. Like it was fun to watch, man. I came over, like he's so cluttered too. I came over, just like pumped to be there. I was like, "What's up, Buck?" Like he's like just fucking put one in the bunker and then fucking put it in the water. And I'm just like,
Dude, he's a competitor. He
oh
wanted it.
man, he's a beauty.
Oh my god, dude! I saw Barzy put up his post of his hole-in-ones yesterday, and he's such a sex icon that one of the top comments was, "What are you wearing, Barzy? Is it boyfriend material?" I thought that comment cracked me up, dude. I'm like, it couldn't be more opposite to my post, you know? It's just like round face, moon face, fucking never wore shorts. Well, Bars, listen, man.
All right, boys.
This has been a great chat, dude. Congratulations on the 2 hole-in-ones.
Yep.
Let's go Islanders. Can't wait to get you back out there. The fire is igniting here on the island. We can't wait to get 13 buzzing around out there. UBS better be fucking rocking this year, or else I'll be going nuts. Like, I want to see the people showing up in droves for this team. We've got all new management. We've got new picks. We got the whole deal. Come on now. Let's get some fire going on the island, baby.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Trent, could you imagine 20,000 Frankie Brawleys in that building?
Oh my god, dude, that's like what a nightmare, but also the best fan you could possibly have.
The best.
The day
The
John
best.
Tavares came back to the Coliseum, we filled out that Coliseum with, I think every single person was as crazy as me. I think that for some reason the stars aligned where we had at that point, like we fit like 15,000, 14,000, 15,000 degenerates in one building. I don't know how that place even stood. That
was the angriest building in Long Island in the world at that moment.
There, and then like you guys just kept scoring, and it was like the cheers got louder and louder, just like almost out of anger, you know, like fuck another goal.
Oh my god, dude! It was that video of Johnny in the penalty box when that guy is fucking chewing him out.
It's the best. I mean, we were legit Neanderthals in that building. People were hanging from the freaking rafters. So we got to get that energy back, and I know that we will. We will get it back, and you know things are looking up. I can't wait to get the season started. And if you get another hole-in-one, I mean, if you make another hole-in-one at this point,
Forget it. I'm throwing the clubs away. Like,
yeah,
right.
That's it.
I'm picking up a new hobby.
Yeah.
All right, Frankie, love you, bud. Trent, keep grinding, buddy.
You're the man, dude.